do we got taglines?
Yes, we do.
We're all gonna laugh at them.
Oh.
Probably not, though.
Maybe.
No.
So, looks can kill.
Well, the look she gives with her eyes, maybe, but her general look, no.
Every teen thinks terrible thoughts. Hers are deadly.
I mean, like, her thoughts aren't deadly, but, like, her mind actions are. But also, like, every other teen has deadly thoughts.
Is that really silent but deadly?
She was silent but deadly.
Yeah.
She was a fart.
Yeah.
Stupid fart.
The fart, Carrie too.
Yeah.
What if you had the power to move objects with your mind? What if everyone around you gave you a reason to use that power?
Everyone around me just gives me anger, so for Carrie, it's probably about the same. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't need anger from other people. Like, I could be like, oh, I really want another beer. And it'd pop out of the fridge and it'd roll to my room because of my mind powers.
Why does
why
does nobody have a good time with their mind powers? It's
How come
always
people don't just be like, woo, superpowers?
I know, right?
Instead of like, I should do bad or good.
Right? Did you see Chronicle?
No.
You should watch Chronicle.
Yeah, I should.
That's fun.
But, I mean, like, if I had powers, yeah, I'd probably, like, take some money out of something somehow. But not, like, maliciously. I'd just be like, whatever, I just need, like, $40.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Don't cross her. It could be deadly.
Cross her with what?
Like...
Oh, chalk.
Yeah, like red paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one. This March, terror runs in the family.
Well, we find that out about halfway through, but sure.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, right on the poster. So, with a budget of $21 million and a gross of $20 million, with 24 times the film goes into black and white, 3 times the film goes into a red filter, 1 suicide by jumping, 1 set of exploding lockers, 1 dog run over by a car, 1 exploding snow globe, 1 decapitation, 1 glass to the throat, 1 fire poker double skull penetration, 1 death by CDs, 6 deaths by incineration, 1 exploding eyeglasses into eyeballs, 1 harpoon through the groin, 1 flare gun to the abdomen, 1 drowning by pool cover, 2 deaths by falling burning ceiling, 1 person shattering into porcelain dreams, and 17 deaths in total that we can see on screen. And a 4.6 on IMDb, a 42 Metacritic score, and a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 1999's The Rage, Carrie 2. Let's drop some bombs.
Yeah, we're missing one killer party.
You're very pretty, pretty, pretty. My name isn't pretty, pretty. It's Barbarella.
Fiddler with a tail. This is the omen with whiskers. Nostradamus didn't see this thing coming.
Oh, hey, man.
That's only his last name. He likes to be called Superman.
It's not who you go with, honey. It's who takes you home.
I'll see you at the prom.
Let's drop some lead on those motherfuckers.
Welcome to Bombs Away, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me in the studio, as always, is...
the kid that wears black, which means he's ugly, Jared Seifert.
I shouldn't have took a sip right there.
Woo! I don't know why I kind of sang it at the end.
Which means he's ugly. Well, I mean, it's more song and dance than this movie has. Yeah. Like, it's weird. This movie references a lot of music. Like, it's so 90s, and we'll get all into that. But it references a lot of music, but doesn't seem to have any.
Yeah.
Right?
It really doesn't.
Right? Like, it's got Marilyn Manson posters and White Zombie.
They talk about garbage.
9 Inch Nail. Yep, garbage. They do an REM quote. Like, all these things. And there's no actual any of those in this film.
No. The music in this film is...
There's a ska song.
Yeah. There's probably one angry song. There's a lot of swing dancing for 1999.
Right? I think this movie was, like, what I read is something that it was planned to be filmed in 96, and then there was like a 2-year delay.
Oh, so that's why they were into swing dancing.
Right?
Makes no sense. You were like, totally, 96, swing dance revival year.
I was thinking of like Zoot Suit Riot stuff.
Throw back a bottle of beer.
I was like, it's a riot.
And then another one's name is Jessica. She was here yesterday. Another one was Tammy, but she's kind of mean.
Oh,
and then there's
Mambo
Monica. She was pretty cute.
A little bit of Jessica in my life. Yeah.
That was my rendition of Mambo number 5.
You're like, a little bit of Tammy.
She was wearing pants and a tank top.
That didn't interest you at all. That's why you're
None
like,
of those girls ever did.
Yeah. A little bit of George.
God,
Oh,
to say
boy.
something real bad.
That's real.
Yep.
So yes, all of this is there's none of that music. There's none of the 90s music, but there is plenty of other 90s stuff, like the fact that we have the United Artists logo right in the beginning.
Fashion.
Right? Oh, yeah. Jinko jeans all over the place. Really
barbed wire tattoos.
Exposed midriffs. You had a lot of those.
Those terrible like fabric shirts that were like for boys that were like they were
the
such like,
Henleys?
thick. It was like thick fabric that like kind of didn't have a lot of give, but it had like pattern to the fabric.
Yes. Yeah. Or sweater vests.
Yeah.
Sweater vests are in this. Sleeveless sweater vest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what a sweater vest is. Sorry. You also had like half the cast of American Pie in this thing. You had Jason London, who is like the other 90s heartthrob. Like you had that and Freddie Prinze Jr. That was your choices in the 90s. Zachary Ty Bryan is in this movie, the oldest son from Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Like
I had such a crush on him.
So 90s.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, other than the music. Like I don't understand why, because everything else is there. So, you ready to dive into this 90s explosion all over your face? Yeah, because it's coming.
And it's gonna blow.
It's coming hard. So,
That's how I like it.
we open up to some really edgy goth font.
Yeah.
And
the rage. It's like flashing across the screen, like overlapping and like really close for a second, so you just see an R and an A, but then it goes back to normal.
It's that sketchy, schizophrenic,
that like they loved in like horror movies of the 90s, like or early 2000s. Like I'm pretty sure the Glass House movie, 13 Ghosts did it.
13 Ghosts did it. I think Last House on the Left did as well. Not Last House. What's the House on Haunted Hill?
Yeah.
Which was also doing the same kind of like shaky camera techniques as every time that black and white happens in this movie. That's what I think you were talking about before we started, right? That same kind of like.
Well, it's that like whole like whenever it would do like it'd do a zoom in, but then it'd like quickly pan over to like the other eye, but then it'd zoom back out, but then it'd go to a different scene, and they would all happen in like a second. It's like wow, like.
It's like what our Instagram filters, like the zoom filters, want to do now. It's just like,
it's terrifying.
Yeah. That, or when we think that our video that we've been filming is way too long on something, we start we're like, maybe if I move around a bit, it'll get entertaining again. It's like, no, you should just stop filming. Yeah, that's what happens. So, as I mentioned in the intro, this film goes into black and white for no reason sometimes. Like 24 times in this film. Sometimes it's to emphasize that like, look, there's a fork.
Yeah.
And other times it's like, here's an eyeball.
Like she's about to superpower, but then that's only like 3 times in the film.
Other times it's like, look, we're turning the power back on.
Yeah.
Like there's no, sometimes it makes sense because it's a flashback, but then also all the flashbacks to the original movie are on a red filter. So you're like, oh, we're establishing time via color or monotone. Like, I don't understand the use of black and white in this film at all.
I don't think the film did either.
And, like, when I use black and white, it's usually because I didn't light the photo properly. Like, when I use the black and white filter, I'm like, I love that pose. I love everything about it, but I didn't get the right thing. So it's going to go in black and white. I'm like, is that what happened here? We didn't like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's just make it black and white.
Our lighting guy was off that day.
Yeah. So the title sequence is all this sketchy font. While a paintbrush is being run around a living room.
Yeah.
Just like...
And, like, just take the photos off your wall. Like, you wanted to save a minute, 2 minutes, so you just painted over everything? And if you're trying to get, like, one continuous line, it's not happening because you're, like, jumping up on the frames. You're going, like, on the bookshelf, and it's just connected. It's not even, like... The paint doesn't connect anywhere, so I didn't know if it was supposed to be, like, ooh, red circle blocks everything out.
Well,
stupid.
It's red holds Carrie back, I guess. I don't know. Like,
well, then why'd they cover her in blood in the first one? That made her go everywhere.
I know, right? No, this doesn't come back at all. This red line.
No, not
thing.
at all. It's not like this is the solution. It's just paint the room with a red ring.
It's just another crazy mother who's like, I gotta paint.
Crazy religious.
Painting
mother.
the room red.
You know? Painting the room is red.
Yeah, right. We're painting the Carries red.
Painting the Carries red with pig blood.
Right? But this is not Carrie.
No.
The little girl's name is Rachel. And
she wants her mom to come play with her. She's
play
like,
with me.
Mom, come on. We're going to go play right now. Come to my room right now, and we're going to play and have a good time and not paint. And her mom's like, shut up, the room's not finished, and smacks her across the face.
Just bitch slaps her with a wet paintbrush.
So good.
And it's like it's a paintbrush that is as big as the child's face.
So that seems like one of those times like you can like use it as an excuse to hit your kid. Like, we're painting
because you have a paintbrush?
No, like we're painting a room, it's funny, so I slap you across the face with this paint, but deep down you're like, God, I really wanted to like slap the kid in the face with the paint, and I got to. Like at summer camp we would have like out of our cabins, the very last day, we would play like group games, and one of them would be sprout ball, which is basically dodgeball, but you only like run around.
Why did I like guess before you even started like the story? Like I was like, as soon as you said camp, I was like, he's gonna talk about just hitting kids in the face with balls.
But it was the day,
which is probably not good for you.
We got to hit the kids as much as we wanted with balls. And once I like ran up behind a kid, and I remember in slow motion, and I turned and threw the ball, and it hit the kid in the face, and he like fell to the ground and started crying. And so I walked up on the other side of him, and I was like, "Oh no, what happened?" And he was foreign, so he picked up the ball and was like, "Ah!" and did the motion of it hitting him in the face. And I was like, "Okay, let's go sit on a log." I was like, "I didn't do it, but I'm glad I did."
Yeah.
He lives in China. He won't file anything.
He doesn't know.
They don't know about suing.
So now, immediately after the paintbrush gets slapped in her face,
we don't know who called.
I think okay. So you just see an outside shot of the mother getting carried away, like she's strapped down to like a rocking chair, getting taken into an ambulance. Oh,
carried.
Okay,
away.
No puns. No more Carrie puns.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, she's just strapped to a rocking chair, and two paramedics are carrying her away as a police officer is, like, we're going to find you some parents, right? And I'm like, who called these people? Did she, like, telepathically be like,
911, what's your emergency? Can you hear me? Yes, I can. What's your emergency? I'm using brain.
Yeah. So anyway, what's your emergency?
My mom slapped me with the paintbrush.
And
where do you live?
She won't play
the
with
street.
me.
Yeah. They're like, what's your address? It's the house.
My mom says I'm the devil and she won't play with me and it's painting the room red. Okay, yeah, we'll be right out. Like, they were out there, like, that same night, because she still had paint on her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, who called?
And it had already dried.
Yeah.
When the police officer was trying to wipe it off, he was like, oh, that's dry. She'll need a bath.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, we'll find you someone new, but, like, what happened? And the kid's like, I don't want to. And runs in the house, and the police officer's like, oh, yeah, wait. Oh, but she also does, like, her one of 3 times that she has her electric stab.
Yeah. Yes. So
Which you
every
would
time,
think, like, I thought throughout the movie it was going to be like, ooh, anytime personal touch, but it literally happens this time and like one other time.
Yeah. She actually shocks people.
Yeah.
Right. And then anytime that she does, telekinesis is this like Ching! And you're like, you have a electric knife?
You just sheathed?
Right?
Shing. You're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. So in the original Carrie, it was like, like every time. So it was more of a like musical cue.
Yeah.
Right? This is a sound effect.
Yeah.
Zing. Yeah. So wait, I might as well just play it. So hold on.
Rachel.
Such a great sound.
No, but it makes no sense. And then, because at first I questioned it, I went, what is this sound effect before the whole zapping thing later?
Oh, because you weren't actually paying attention to that one scene.
That one little, because I just thought that, like, I don't know, static electricity or something,
But the
which
good
she
news
plays
is,
off later.
Even whenever you did watch it, it didn't make a difference.
No,
it
because
did
it doesn't
not
make any
add to the
sense.
story. Gosh. Yeah, so then, like, she runs inside, and the police officer's like, I can help you. And then the windows start opening and closing.
In black and white.
Yeah.
And anytime it goes back to her, though, she's not in black and white.
Well, you know.
It just keeps cutting, and that's why I got up to, like, 24 totals here.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
because indiscriminately, it's just like, we're black and white now. Yeah, that's this film. So then she, like, lays down beside her dog
in the closet.
Yeah. And then
It
the
transitions.
film's like, look, it's like the same pose, but now she's a teenager. And you're like, I guess this is clever.
Yeah. She
Right?
throws the dog out the window. He's not supposed to be inside.
Right.
And she somehow has like new guardians, but we're never told who they are. We're just told that they hate her and they are only using her for $300 a month.
Right.
Because
Those are foster parents. That's all.
basically her foster parents are summed up with like they don't like the dog in the house, and then
Which
at one
I didn't know
point-
dogs came with foster children as a package deal.
Yeah, but I think it's nice. It's a nice concept. Like, oh, you got to go find a new home, but like your dog can go with you.
Sure.
Also, that dog ballooned after 10 years. I was like, Jesus.
Well, he was a puppy.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
But basically, like, I, throughout this whole movie was, and this is just to skip the parent scenes because the parent scenes don't matter.
Not at all.
But I thought, like, oh, the same thing's going to happen where she gets really upset before the final party and then she kills them or something.
Well, no. Okay, so maybe we should do this real quick.
What?
Let's,
Talk to
in
me.
2
Tell me
minutes,
things.
sum up Carrie 1.
Okay. Carrie 1, there's a girl, she has her period in the shower, but then everyone makes fun of her. She's obviously an outcast. She's pale. She's a ginger. It's like, look at her.
Sure.
And then they are like, what if we made her out to be prom queen and played a joke on her? Haha. And one girl's like, oh, I can save her. I can help her. Then
But
we get to the dance.
There's more to that.
Oh.
Too. They also she's all that her with
Yeah.
with the one boy.
Yeah.
But he actually likes her.
In Carrie 1?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta re-see
the,
that
the,
movie.
The guy who's the prom king,
Yeah.
right?
But then there's the other girl that's like part of that friend group and is like, this is kind of mean.
Right.
And she wants to help her as well.
Right.
But then they get to the school dance, and her mom and her have some run-ins. Her mom locks her in a closet at one point.
Right.
They get mad at each other, but then she eventually kills her mom with her mind powers by...
See, that's where you're reversing it. That's why I kind of got into this. She kills her mom after the dance.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
she locks her mom in the closet before the dance, doesn't she?
Yeah, something
to go
like
to the
that.
dance or something. She's
Yeah.
like, you can't control me anymore. And the house is freaking out.
Right.
I'm also getting it mixed up with New Carrie, but I think New Carrie does the same thing.
Yeah.
But I also love New Carrie because it's Julianne Moore.
Okay.
I have the
Yeah, that was good.
biggest
It
thing
was
for
good.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, I know.
But
I've heard
then,
about her.
Yeah, we get to the
recently.
dance and there's all this destruction. I didn't think there was that much destruction in the first one, but then you see the remains of like the gym, and it's like, oh shit.
Oh no, there was full. It was like full on blaze of fire.
I thought the New Carrie did a better job
Oh yeah.
of showing the destruction,
Okay.
not the rage.
No, not at all.
This,
This is like the temper tantrum.
yeah. We'll get there though.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then New Carrie, she has these new foster parents. They're kind of mean to her. At one point, the foster mom says, well, you're almost 18 or you're almost an adult now. Don't you have like relatives or somewhere you can go after this? And then the foster dad is like, well, with her gone, how would we replace that $300 a month? And it's like, oh, they're just using her for
Oh,
money.
when you said new Carrie, I thought you were talking about the remake still. I was like, wait, that's this movie.
No, that's why I said not The Rage.
Right.
I meant the one with Julianne Moore.
Oh, that's what you're talking about right now?
No. I'm back on.
We're
The
back
Rage.
on
Yeah.
The Rage.
Back to the Rage.
tantrum.
Her foster parents suck, and they're only using her for money.
Yeah.
And I assumed at some point there was going to be like, and then she killed him. But it's like, this is it. And then her dad lets her dog out once. But then you
there
kind of
isn't
don't really care for
anything
him
close
at all.
to an emotional ending that Carrie 1 had of like crucifying her mom, basically, and all that kind of stuff. Especially because jumping ahead for a second. Spoiler alert, folks. The dad is the same dad. Like Carrie and Rachel are stepsisters.
Not her
basically.
like foster dad, like the dad, the
Right.
birthing dad. Which
The-
I was like,
her
what? Was he,
biological
like-
father, Ralph White, is just banging religious crazy women.
So did he bang the first girl when he was like 18?
Right.
And then now
This is so.
he was like 18 and what? Like
This
how many
is-
years ago did you say it was?
Okay, the math is that this is 23 years after the actual high school burning down, which means 23 plus Carrie's age of 17, maybe 18, right? So
He was old when he banged the next chick then.
he's like 40
Yeah.
doing the math, right?
And that mom looked
23,
young.
17, like, yeah, he was like 40.
There's some weird math there. I don't really like thinking
I mean,
about
it doesn't
math.
matter. He can still get
We're
it.
not in school. We don't have to do addition.
Oh, wait, no, he wouldn't be 40. He'd be 40 if he banged
Well,
Carrie's
let's
mom when
see.
he was like 1. I mean, so
He was-
he'd have been like, yeah, way old.
So he was 18 when he first fathered Carrie, and then
Sure.
Carrie was 18 when she died?
Well, let's say he was 18.
Yeah, let's say he was the youngest
Right.
possible.
And
Or
then-
maybe we don't know, and they were like lovers in high school. So it'll be 16 to 18, so we have a 2-year
Yeah,
play
let's
with.
do that.
So
16.
then Carrie's about 16 to 18, so then he's probably 32 by the time Carrie happens.
Right.
And then the whole thing is supposed to take place how many years after Carrie?
23 after the high school burning down.
23
Yeah.
after the high school burning down, but she's 17 in this film, so 17 or 23 minus 17, so you can get the
Ooh.
birth age, which would be about 6. So then you have 6 plus what did we say? 32.
People were
or
like,
so.
I'm out.
He would have been about 30 or 38 to 40 when he
Fathered.
when he
That's fine.
Pregnated.
That's
yeah.
fine. And what was our problem with this?
He just he did a lot of fucking.
Well, no. Well, the point I was bringing up is that, like, why was he only fucking, like, weird, kind of already probably crazy, really religious women?
They're easy.
Are they?
That's all I can
I
think
feel
about.
like they'd be the opposite.
Well, you promised God, and the legs just
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Avada Kedavra. What is that word?
What?
Open up.
Oh.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Open
Yeah.
sesame. That's what I was going for. And then I said Harry Potter spells.
Right. So back
yeah.
to the
Her
the
parents
rage.
don't matter.
No,
And
they
then
don't.
it establishes like parents are bad, and then she goes to school, or she goes on the school bus, and she meets her best friend, who is American Dream, American Idol.
American Pie.
No, not American Pie.
Yes.
Is she in American Pie?
Yes, it's
But
Mina
she's
Savari.
she's also in Rose Petals, Sexy.
Yes, so she's
Plastic
an American
Bag.
Beauty as well.
American Beauty. Okay,
Yes,
there it is.
She's the girl in the Rose Petals American Beauty. It's
Yeah.
Mina Savari.
Which I always thought was ironic that she was supposed to be super hot for that dad.
Okay. You're going to say it. Okay. Because in this film, we're about to get into it, the baseball player. The football players. They call her a name, right? A coyote. Is it a coyote?
Coyote Ugly.
But not Coyote Ugly. They say like Coyote Dick. They come up with their own name
No,
for
they
Coyote
call her
Ugly.
like a coyote
basically.
girl.
Yeah, but I missed what the other word. They said coyote, and I thought it was Coyote Dick.
I thought it was like Coyote Trap or something.
I don't know, but basically saying like, "Oh, you want to gnaw your arm out."
You wake
like,
up, you gnaw your arm
It
off.
was Coyote Ugly, but they were like, "We can't use Coyote Ugly. That movie just came out."
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so let's keep with Mina Savari, and then we'll go into like the whole game.
Yeah. So on the school bus, Rachel's like, "Hey, best friend."
Matching tattoos.
Yeah, they do this thing where they like kiss their thumb and then touch the other person's tattoo
Yeah,
to show friendship.
sure. But also, like,
they needed a signed permission slip to get that tattoo.
tattoos,
She's not
right?
18
But
yet.
also, so does Jesse. The main boy has like a barbed wire tattoo too,
Yeah.
like a tribal tattoo.
I was like, God, people just really are gonna regret the 90s.
I mean, we already are.
I know. I was like, good thing I was a young one in the
Yeah.
90s.
So
Can't
yeah,
say the
they
same
ride
for
the school
you.
bus, and Lisa, Mina Savari's character,
It's just so mean.
admits that she had sex last night.
Oh, she's like, do I look different? And she's like, did you wash today? Like, but still forget to comb
her
your
hair's
hair.
all over the place.
It literally looked like they handed her a wig and they were like, you get 2 cuts with the scissors. Figure it out. And she was like, well, I'm gonna like drag the scissors along my skull, but then cut this weird random part that kind of still includes my bangs, and then tease the other side with the scissors still. That's a cut, right? And like she kind of always looks like she just got like hit
She looks
in the
like
face,
Nell,
but she's like,
the wolf
I'm
girl.
okay. Yeah. She's like, I'm fine, huh? Trying to play it off, but her hair looks fun
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I had sex last night, and you're gonna meet him at lunch. And she's like, okay,
I'm gonna bring
whatever.
him to lunch.
Yeah, I'm like, is he 32?
And she's
Like-
wearing like the brightest Stevie Nicks costume ever.
Right.
She is. It's got like the bell sleeves and
So now we're introduced to the actual like schoolyard, and it is way 90s. Like there's
No,
ska
okay.
music playing. Kids are doing hacky sack.
but also like in my high school, if you hung out in the front of the school, like there were probably 10 people that maybe stood at the front of the school.
Jarrett,
No one hung out outside of school.
I'm going to stop you right there because we both come from places where that's not a thing. And let's assume that this is California.
I don't think
Okay.
it is.
Or somewhere with nice weather. Because the reason why it's not a thing for us is because it would get cold eventually.
Yeah, but even in summertime.
You wouldn't,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean is like you would not establish a hangout spot
Yeah.
that could not be a year-long hangout spot.
That's true.
Because that was your spot.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, for me, mine was, like, third hall, like, in the back, that sounds like in the back corner. It was by myself. No, it was, like, third hall. There was, like, an art mural, and there was, like, that was, like, where a bunch of us hung out.
Our lockers moved every year, so we just moved with our lockers.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And that's because we were both indoor schools, right?
Yeah.
This looked like an outdoor school, kind of.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So that's very California. And
True.
so, like, they had courtyards and things to hang
Or
out.
NorCal.
Yeah, anything like that. So that's where I'm like, can't really go, who does this? Because I don't
Yeah.
think we have a perspective there. But we can say who gets tattoos. So then we're introduced to the entire football team, including our main character, Jesse, played by Jason Landon. And also Zachary Ty Bryan from Home Improvement is here. He's part of the football team, looking dumb as ever.
Yeah.
Like he just always has looked like a dumb oaf, right?
Yeah.
It's especially because it's like him next to JTT back
He
in
just-
the day.
he
You're
always
like,
looked like he was
you're the
going,
dumb brother.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And he just looks
Huh?
dumb here too. And he has this weird, like parted down the middle, in sync
Hated it.
blonde hair, right? And they have a game.
They have a book.
They have a book,
And a game.
right? And they did a screenshot of the rules of the game. And I actually wrote it down.
Oh, God.
So, and apparently these aren't all the rules. They gave you a screenshot of the rules of the game, but that wasn't it. And that's why I needed to read these out, is because there's more that just arbitrarily start getting thrown out throughout this movie. They're like, 30 points for Gryffindor! It was like fucking Dumbledore with a sex game, is how this goes down for this football team. So,
Yeah.
it says rules of the game. Rule number 1. Game lasts the entire duration of the football season. Okay. Number 2. Winner is the one with the highest point total over the course of the game. That's how most games are played. Not really a rule.
Right.
Number 3. Winner receives one keg to go, one keg of their beer of choice to be purchased by other players. I don't know how they're going to pull that one off either. Number 4. Point values are assigned by the following criteria. A. Blowjobs are worth only 1 point. B. Swallowing gives you 1 extra point.
If they swallow? What is the dude going to swallow?
C. To remain in the competition, you must score at least 5 points per month. I know, right? It's weird.
Jeez.
Right? D, add 1 point for each article of clothing kept. E, if witnessed by other members, add 2 points. D, 1 point for eating pussy. F, points for an exotic location. I couldn't see, like, there was like a thumb or something.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't see how many points. But, like, that's what all was in this screenshot. I was like, that's very elaborate. Like, for one, to create this game, like, within this universe. And then two, you see that, and immediately then they go, yo, how many points would I get for scoring with that girl? And they're like, haha, like 4. And I'm like, wait, you're just giving out points based on looks? Like, it didn't make any sense, right? And then Rachel gets 30 points, and Jesse wins the game by the end. And I'm just like, what? I don't understand what's going on with this game.
It's their own rules.
But it's actually based, and this is why I wanted to bring it up, is it's based on an actual incident that happened in a school in 1993.
Oh,
geez. Yeah. Which I'm like, wow, real life, art imitates life.
I know.
But also, this is an art, so I don't know. B-movies imitate life. Who knows? So, but I just wanted to bring that up because I'm like, this was really weird, and the points are arbitrary and don't really matter.
Yeah.
And it's more or less, it's like trying to create a new version of, like, She's All That, right? But that's douchier.
A horror version.
Yeah, right? Because it's like, She's All That was just like, I bet you can't get the gothiest girl in school to be, like, was it prom queen, or just like you can't get her to go to the prom or something, or clean her up?
I don't remember.
It was basically like, this is just like, I bet you can't sleep with as many girls as I can, right? And that should have been enough. But also, like, all of this, unless you're with rule E here of other people witnessing, like, you just make up totally got a blowjob, totally swallowed, and totally was in the ball field.
On a beach.
Yeah. An exotic. Like, it was at Sandals. So, in this moment, they call Lisa, and that's why I was a coyote dick, right? They're like, oh, how many points for her? Like, and they're like, oh, like 4 points. She's a coyote dick.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, what? A coyote dick? I'm pretty sure it was dick. And they were like, because you want to gnaw your dick off to get away from her. I'm like, what? Like, is your dick attached to her? Like, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then, after this, that's where I heard that, and I was like, finally, somebody is acknowledging what I've thought about Mina Savari for years.
Oh,
like,
true.
I'm sorry, like, out of every girl in American Pie, she was the one, she's band chick, right? She's prissy choir girl, right? And I was like, nah. Like, I was never down for her. And then she was in that follow-up movie with Jason Biggs, Loser.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, she was in American Beauty, and she's supposed to be the girl next door dream. And I just found her very slutty in that movie and just not that attractive.
Yeah.
Right? Although I do love that movie. Like, I remember watching that Academy Awards and being like, I'm so glad that movie won. Like, I love that movie. I don't care what people, like, it's so hard when great movies out there or great things, Cosby Show, you know, are now tainted by horrible shit that people have done. Where you're like, it's hard to be like, I love American Beauty or I love House of Cards, because people are like, you what? Like, you get judged because you like something that had an unfortunate circumstance. Like, that'd be like you running around being like, I love Scream, and they're like, Weinstein did that movie. Like, you can't do that now.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I gotta like it in quiet.
We need to burn all our Scream Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting weird. It's getting pitchforky.
Also, it's
there.
Coyote Date.
Date, not dick?
Date.
Oh, date
Coyote
makes
Date.
way more sense. Sorry.
I was like, this is kind of violent for Coyote Date.
So, as this is happening, Lisa goes to her locker. She's a bit depressed.
Well, she's visibly perturbed.
I guess. I mean, with her hair and makeup.
Yeah,
like,
it's more her emotion because everything else looked
right
normal.
So as this is happening, they're having a very 90s-esque classroom discussion that whatever the discussion is, will correlate with what's happening in the movie by the end of the film. But not very good in this case. It's not Scream 2.
Yeah.
We'll say that. You know, it's not like the discussion of sequels in the classroom scene of Scream 2 or 4 when the discussion of remakes.
But
It's the discussion of Romeo and Juliet and a correlation that I'm like, I'm not quite sure is what was intended for that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, they finally find love in death. I'm like, no.
No.
They don't. Like, they don't find
That
love.
was a terrible English teacher.
Yeah, he was like, genius!
We've got a true Renaissance romantic, or whatever he says.
And even he's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, what? Fuck, no.
Right.
Right. So then it's like lunchtime.
Yes.
And Rachel can't find her friend. She's like, what a bummer. Where'd my friend go? Everyone's kind of bopping around, but her friend, God, I can never remember her stupid friend's
Lisa.
name. Lisa, thank you. Lisa is like, well, I love the garden club, but gonna have to skip it today.
Okay.
So she goes up onto the roof where the garden club is. She walks over to the corner of the school, which giving students access to the roof of a building does not seem wise.
Never. No.
Yep. So then she
Well, that's where the pool is.
yeah. She for some reason on the outside of the door it says garden club only, which I was like, you won't know till you get out there and the door closes behind you. What?
You've severely
Yeah.
underestimated this door.
So then she throws herself off the building and lands in a car and dies.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa. And there's a lot of people standing around it crying.
Mm-hmm.
And Carrie's touching the blood of her dead friend.
Yeah.
And like, she's bleeding.
And she
Like,
does the
yeah, she
thumb
is.
thing again on
Yeah.
the heart tattoo.
Yeah.
And
But also they're trying, I guess, to paint them like no one cares about them. But it's like, God, these are a lot of people standing around like, oh, the what's her butt threw herself on a car. Which one? I don't know. You know, she looked like trash.
to be fair, that happened. We had one death at my high school, and I'll, without being insensitive to something that happened 15 years ago, but I did know that person now. I mean, then
Yeah.
I still don't know who that person is now.
Yeah.
I mean,
We had a
obviously.
death in my high
But-
school. The kid like died in his sleep, and he sat like a
Oh.
few seats away from me. And really creepy during my graduation, because it was during our senior year. His empty seat just had like his graduation robe, and it was
Okay.
like a seat forward and 3 seats down from me. I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
A seat forward and 3 seats down.
Yeah, like
It
over.
wasn't like it was next to you,
But it was like I could see it. I could touch it if I wanted to.
well,
but it was still, it was
because
super sad.
you just like did prove the thing what I was gonna go for, where
Oh.
it's like people try a little bit too hard to have an emotional connection.
Well, no,
with
it's just like
something.
to me it was a bummer because it was like this is a kid that I sat next to every day and no one expected
Yeah.
him to die, but then he just like went in his sleep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just mean like I don't know this person, and I don't think most people knew this person.
Yeah.
She had a full page in our yearbook and stuff like
Wow.
that, but yeah, I think it was suicide. But
My
either
parents
way,
bought me a full page. Just kidding, they didn't. That'd be so terrible.
and I was alive.
Yeah.
Oh God, we got to get off this.
Yeah, we're nightmare children.
Sorry.
Yeah, she killed herself, but then the guidance counselor finds Rachel touching the blood and is like, "Come with me,
Right.
creepo."
Well, the guidance counselor later mentions, and that's where I wanted to finish with that. Wrap it up. What we were talking about with the suicide is that she's like, I've had 4 girls in my office crying, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, are they crying over the suicide? Or are they crying over the? Oh, she said they were crying over the sex pack. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
So
She's like, over some bet that the football team's making. And then,
Amy-
of course, it's like, protect the football team.
Amy
Terrible.
Irving, who was the only like on-screen survivor of Carrie 1, reprises her role as Sue Snell.
Snell.
Gail the Snail.
Gail. Sue the Snell.
Yeah, so she, in a weird turn of events, I wouldn't think that somebody who survived a high school massacre would want to go back to
Yeah.
high schools ever.
She's like, I need to protect the children and make. Well, someone's like, you can't fix what happened many years ago.
That's the sheriff, Matt Lauer, and it
Is
looks
it?
just like Matt Lauer.
For a second, I was like, I thought Matt Lauer was that TV guy on the
He
news,
is,
and then I was
right?
like, oh,
No, the sheriff, played
Yeah.
by lookalike Matt Lauer,
Yes.
is doing the investigation into the suicide and then connection with a possible, like, the sex pact game.
Yeah.
Right? Which means, because it's Matt Lauer, it's going to get swept under the carpet.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she kind of feels guilty, I guess, because she did have a little bit of part in what happened to Carrie.
yeah,
She couldn't stop it. She knew that it was about to happen. She found out late. Like, she found out within the dance and was like,
Yeah.
no, but then like got locked outside and watched it all go down.
she was banned from the dance or something.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
she was trying to get in, but she
Right.
kept getting thrown out.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me in. No.
so it's also established that Lisa handed Rachel some film and was like, "Oh, by the way, develop this for me, and I'll pick it
Right.
up later."
Right.
And Rachel, post school, goes to her job, as you do after your best friend kills himself.
Mhm.
And
She works at a Kodak drive-through stand.
yeah, a Kodak kiosk.
Yeah.
Kodak-
Kodak kiosk.
Kodak kiosk.
Yeah, she works at, which I never understood that. Like
It was in the Pine Mall parking lot. Did I get it right?
Wait, what? The Pine Mall parking? What, from Back to the Future?
Yeah, did I get it right?
The Lone Pine?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
so close.
Twin Pines, Lone Pines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No, you got it.
Because it looked like it was in the mall
'cause
parking.
he
I was like,
crashed-
this is the same
yeah,
thing.
the yes.
I'm just trying to impress
the
you.
Volkswagen bus. I'm happy. I get it. Yeah, the Volkswagen bus crashed into the yeah.
But she's
Kodak
developing
kiosk.
there's a picture of Lisa and the home improvement boy.
Yes, which is Eric.
Yes.
Is his character name. So we're gonna use so yeah, Zachary Ty Bryan in this film, his character's name is Eric.
Yes. And so there's a photo of Lisa and Eric, and
Why does Mina Savari look good in all the pictures?
I know.
That are
I was
in
like,
this
whoa.
film? But like the day she's like, "Do I look different?" She's like, "Yeah, you look psycho."
yeah, you look like you just sent him 65,000 texts.
It looks like he just split you in two, just like he says he does
yeah.
later on in the film.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Oh.
But yes, so Eric tells his buddy, oh my gosh, main guy's name.
Douchey McDoucherson?
Yeah.
Like the douchiest of them all.
Is that Mark?
Really. He kind of looks like Johnny Drama from Entourage.
Yeah.
But it's I think it is Mark. Yeah.
Yes. The other
played by
douche, Mark.
Dylan Bruno. Yeah, it's Mark.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
the
he got
character's
better
name.
with age.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, you like it?
So yeah, he tells Mark, like, I'm in some shit, like I was with her, there's no proof. Well, she took a photo, so then they go to Jesse and Mark go to the photo booth to try and get the photos, and he's like, here's 20, and she's like, that's not gonna get you it.
But also, you can't. This is the problem with this little side plot, right? He's so worried. He's worried about his image and reputation when he's trying to go to a Catholic college.
Well,
right?
no, it's the football scouts.
Well, yeah, but
he wants to
said,
play in the
He said,
game.
like, I'll never get into a good school. Like, Catholic schools look down on this kind of
Yeah.
shit, man. Like, he says that.
Oh yeah.
Right? And, yeah, so he's worried about that. He's not even worried about the statutory rape thing that gets brought up later. But
I thought he was mostly worried for football.
Yeah, he's mostly worried about the
Okay.
scouts, and because the scouts are attached to, like, they'll never scout somebody who, like, basically is attached to taking somebody's virginity
Yeah.
and then they kill themselves. Like, it just looks bad, right? But I'm also like, how would that even come up? Like, literally.
Well, if it was like on his record.
No, meaning like during the investigation of this, right?
Yeah.
They find a picture, right? And they're like, okay, you knew her. That's as far as it needs to go, right?
See, that's what
The
they
only
did, but
other
then he
person-
freaked out.
Right.
He was
The
like,
only other
"Ugh."
person that even knew that she had sex the night before and is Rachel, and she wasn't privy to who that person actually was. It would all be speculation.
So,
Like, I get it that he didn't think it out and they took it to the next
well,
level.
Eric took it to Mark and Jesse and was like, "Can you help me?" And they were
Right.
like, "Yeah, we'll try and fix it."
Yeah.
But then I think that Rachel kind of figured it out as well. And then so they were like, don't talk about it. But then later we also get the scene where Eric is like, what if I don't go down, but I take everyone else with me? How bad would that be?
Right.
Because there's a book and there's proof and there's a lot of the football team on it, and everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't do that.
Right. But that's the part I was talking about, like, in that whole, like, kind of, like, principal plus sheriff plus a lawyer, or no, the
plus
mayor.
Dad.
Yeah, plus dad, and them threatening to blackmail the entire reputation of, like, the top students' families, right? I'm over here being like, you can't charge statutory rape to probably, one, a dead person that can't testify, and then two, like, it's all hearsay. Like, there's only one person that even heard that the suicide girl had sex the night before, and who's to say it was him?
I mean... kind of all just plot, but yeah, I get it. There's
you know
a lot
what I mean,
of holes
though? Like,
in
it's just like, you're like, yeah, I can throw CDs through these holes. I can throw harpoons.
I was going to say, there's a lot of holes in it, but Eric probably filled them last night.
Oh. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
So they go to the photo booth kiosk, but Rachel's having none of the shit from Mark, and then Jesse's like, like giggling and smiling at her, and they're hitting it off kind of in the car.
And he's like, oh, I would take you out. Can I take you out? And she's like, no. And he's like, why? She's like, I'm a dyke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
okay.
Obviously.
I know. I was like, duh. Yeah. So then
Rachel is back home, right? And she's hanging out at home, but her foster father lets the dog out. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time over something I shouldn't have.
Comes home in his semi truck.
Yeah.
And is like, the dog got out. And I was like, cause the yard is open?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You made the dog stay outside. What's happening?
Yeah, she puts the dog out the window all the time and he just goes. So, like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Meanwhile, as this is also happening, parallel to this scene, Jesse has now had sex with like the top head cheerleader.
Yeah.
Right? Which her name's escaping me, and I don't think it's
Was
really
it Monica
important.
or Tracy? They're like the duo.
No, Monica is the redhead with the glasses thing by the end of the movie.
Well, she's not a redhead.
She is in other things. I
Well,
know
not in
that
this one.
actress. It's Rachel Blanchard is yeah.
Okay.
But no, I think it's Tracy. Is who it is. But either way, it's the head cheerleader. That's how I'm going to name her for the rest of this. Is head cheerleader. And he has sex with her, and it's only to continue the game.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's watching it on the football
cheering
field.
and drinking, and they're like, way to go. And she's like, what's their deal? And he's like, they were drunk. I don't know.
Right.
But
Like,
they're all watching.
right? And Jesse then drops her off at home and is like super weird about it. Just
He's
be
like,
normal.
man, I feel bad for sex.
Yeah.
Like,
right? And like peels wheels out of there, and then is kind of in a daze as he's driving. Meanwhile, the dog has decided to start crossing the road in the middle of the night, and a giant truck just plows over the
like,
dog. And it's not like
it's a very obvious fake dog that I was like, that's a stuffed animal.
Okay, so that's what I was like, why did we have to show it?
Yeah.
Right? They show the dog tumbling underneath the truck.
Stuffing's flying out of it. Like,
And
oh
then-
no, your seams are ripping.
Okay, that's
Take
what
it
I
to
mean.
the Build-A-Bear, hurry.
I've never laughed so hard at something that I know that I should
so
know. That I
stupid.
know that if past parties included were here, we probably wouldn't have been able to even do this episode.
Well, the dog survived, so that's fine.
Well, he survives immediately because she picks him up and it's the actual
Well, she's
dog
like,
actor again. And the dog's like...
The dog's like, could you
I'm
put me
fine."
down?
It's just kind of limply like...
I know.
Because it's a
I'm
basset hound.
sitting like
It's
this
just-
because I'm uncomfortable in your arms.
He's I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And
Close enough my windpipe.
nobody will stop.
Oh god, I have too much fat to be held like this. My new cat does that. If I hold him wrong, he's like, like he can't breathe. If I hold him like a baby.
Does he let you put him on his back? Cradle him?
No, that's
No?
when if I cradle
Oh,
him,
okay.
he's like,
That was my old cat's favorite thing to do. Is
No, he
cradle.
hates
I was
this.
like, yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Cat.
We
both just cat. That was creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jesse's coming down the road in his daze, and he kind of doesn't see him, and she's like, "Stop!" And his glass windshield like gets a crack, and he's like, "Whoa!" Yeah, she's like, "Take me to the vet," and he's like, "Okay," but isn't it kind of weird that like my glass cracked right before I saw you in the road? And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know, a rock."
Yeah.
And then they like talk, and the vet's like, "Your dog's fine," and she's like, "Thank God."
Why is the veterinary? I know it's a 24-hour vet, but like, why does it look like they walked into like a palm reader?
Yeah, it does.
It's
got like
neon
this weird
everywhere.
Save your dog, save your future.
Right? And she's covered in blood.
Oh yeah,
Covered in blood, which they actually make a joke of when they go to the diner. The next scene, he's like, "They're staring
Don't
at
worry,
you 'cause
you're
you
just a
look like
bloodbath."
mass murderer."
Yeah.
Is what he says. But I'm like,
give her
God,
a shirt. I don't know.
or just take her
Well, the
home.
shirt in his car is probably covered in cum. They had to clean up with something.
Ah.
Yeah, that was him
Yeah.
coming.
So this is where they have one of the most awkward dialogues I've ever heard in a film.
Yeah. You
and
like garbage?
you like garbage? I love garbage. They're the best. Okay, cool.
What's one of their
Lisa
songs?
liked garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Lisa. And then
He's like, God, death sucks, right?
you get this. Okay. I'm just gonna play it.
I'm really sorry.
Sometimes I'd see someone from behind, and I just know it was Lisa. And then she'd turn around and it wasn't, but sometimes, it was. And now, whenever I see someone who looks like her and she turns around, it won't be. Ever.
I mean, is that not the stupidest thing?
Sometimes I think I see someone and it's her, but sometimes it's not. Now it's never gonna be her, so it's always not gonna be her. Like, yeah, that's how being dead works. You don't see them. God, it's like sometimes I see an old person, I'm like, Grandpa! But he's dead, so it's not Grandpa. Also, I said that just like how the little girl says it in Jurassic Park, where she's like, Grandpa! And then runs up to not John Hammond. Is John Hammond the creator?
It is John Hammond. Good job.
Grandpa! Stupid kids. I hated them. I was so jealous. Yeah. They have dinner at a diner. I don't know.
Sometimes I see a black cat from across the street and I think, oh, Mittens. And then I'm like, wait, there's other black cats and Mittens died years ago. So it'll never be Mittens.
Basically. And so then he drops her off.
He looks at her in that, like, he is a blank stare. He's like, all right.
Okay, cool. So you want to get dinner tomorrow?
Yep. Yeah.
Or they don't get dinner. He says it like during school the next day. He's like having lunch with her, and he's like, hang out tonight. And she's like, I can't. I'm boring. What is she? She has some excuse at first, and he's like, no, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he
it.
basically just kind of like, he guilt trips her into it eventually. Yeah. Just, pushing his weight, like, come on, baby, come on.
Yeah.
And,
like all good football players do.
Absolutely.
At one point or
Come
another.
on. I mean, how are you not going to get it in? I mean, how are you going to get it in if you don't pressure them?
Oh, that's terrible.
Isn't it, though? It's so sad. Like, how are you going to get it in unless you guilt trip them about your blue balls and everything else?
Take a
Which
hint.
I never have used blue balls. That's the dumbest
thing
I've ever heard.
If a girl's like, no, she probably actually means no.
Oh, yeah, you're
right.
A
lot of people, straight men, sorry, Jonathan, out there don't realize that when a girl doesn't want to sleep with you, it just means that she doesn't want to sleep with you.
What are you talking about? It just means she's just like kind of thinking about it.
She's playing Japanese fish with me.
Yeah, she's playing the hard to get.
Koi. I was making a joke about koi.
Yeah, I know.
It's so stupid. And I just wanted to be recognized for my great humor.
No, I would have fired you a long time ago.
Thank you.
No, that's not how it works.
I want you to call me.
It does, isn't it?
Taraj. It's my new name. It's my backwards name. It's my screen name.
Jesus.
That was so long ago. That was a year ago. Oh my god.
TTERRAJ. I got it.
You did. That's surprising. I can't do anything backwards.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yes.
Back to the plot.
So they go through school, and then you get these like little quips of the popular girls being like, "What does he see in her? Nothing. You're pretty. She's not. Why?" Which is every time we ever see the two girls together.
Yeah.
Then you also get clips. It's all blends together for me. It's so annoying.
So you get clips of Rachel with the counselor?
Yes. And so the first time she's with the counselor, she's like, "I'm fine." And then the coffee mug flies off the table into her hands. And she's like, "Sorry, I must have knocked it." And the counselor's like, "I didn't see your hand knock it."
Right.
And it's like, all right, God, calm down.
Right.
She's like, is this when she's giving her a psych eval test? No, it's
That's
the next
second
one.
time.
Yeah, okay. And so then we also
I
see
see you knock it.
we see Mark and Eric being like, "Well, we're really gonna scare the poop out of her tonight. We're gonna make sure she doesn't talk."
Yeah.
And
Right.
instead of being like, "Hey, don't talk or we'll hurt you," they're like, "Let's break her house down and shake her windows."
Like the big bad wolf. Like,
Yeah, let's big bad wolf this pig.
Right? So, yeah.
Let's big bad coyote this pig.
During the council, did you notice, this is insane, and well, that's a pun in itself once I deliver this, is like where, okay, so the counselor, Sue admits that she was also, after the Carrie incident, in a mental asylum, the same asylum that Rachel's mother is in right now. And did you hear what the name of that asylum was?
Arkham.
Yeah, what?
And I was like, all right, Batman.
Yeah, so I was like hanging out there after the Carrie incident, and I met Firestarter, and that was crazy because I was like, I don't need any more of this in my life. And then,
but he was really nice.
He was a nice guy. He had the skeleton tattoos.
He was the nice Mexican man. He was probably like Puerto Rican. I don't know.
His name's not Firestarter either. That's like the Drew Barrymore movie, but like whatever.
He said he missed his wife and kids, and I said, "Well, why don't they visit?" And he was like, "No."
I met
then
this
they
girl.
put him
She
in a
kept
tube.
calling everybody pumpkin.
Yeah.
It was weird times.
Oh my god!
But we're good now.
Yeah, we're all fine.
Yeah, right. It's a guy.
They asked
he's
me
like
to
a
join them on
clown.
their next mission, but I was like, "No, not for me."
Right.
How
I don't
many
have
miles-
the powers. You should talk to him though, Rachel.
How many miles outside of Gotham is this town that we're in?
Yeah. I was like, what? And somebody in the trivia, and I call it bullshit, was like, it's a reference to H.P. Lovecraft and like Arkham.
It
and
could
I'm like,
be.
It could be, but
A lot of people love H.P. Lovecraft, though.
I'm sure, fine.
Like Disney takes huge inspiration
But you
from H.P.
can't
Lovecraft.
be in 1999 and say Arkham and expect me not to associate it differently at this point. You know, like you just can't.
Arkham was around in the earlier Batman movies too, right? Because I know it gained popularity with Arkham Asylum, like the video game.
Well, that's where it gained like huge popularity, but like it had.
Because they broke Bane out of it in Batman and Robin, didn't they?
No.
Or
no. Riddler went to it at the end of Batman Forever.
Okay, that might be
so
it. Then.
there's that.
I get those.
There's that
movies confused too.
Yeah, and then no, they broke Freeze out.
Yes.
Jesus, you were referencing the worst bad movie of
That's
all
my
time.
favorite Batman movie. I am
Sure
not
it is.
lying. It was my gay awakening. Batman and Robin, because Robin in those butts.
All right, chill.
Yeah. God, I loved it. And his
What
frozen
killed the
wife.
dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Oh wait, that's not a joke.
Oh wait, that's me.
Wait, we're doing another bad movie right
okay.
now. Hold on,
We'll
stop.
get back to that one. That's free content.
That's
That's
all
early
you
free
get.
content,
That
yeah.
Batman and Robin's going to be a paid episode because you're all demanding.
It'll be a
that
video
and
camera
The Room
on
are
us.
going to be paid episodes.
God, that actually would. Yes. So she talks with the guidance counselor, and they set up a date for that night. Her and Jesse. And so then Rachel's getting ready at home, wearing a little red towel. And then there's like knocking at the front door. She goes to the front door. No one's there.
But
Oh wait.
what about the football coach?
Oh, the
This
locker
is
room scene. So they're like
insane.
reviewing old plays.
Yes.
And then
Which on a like 8mm projector
Yeah.
reel. So who has the money to
I
actually
know.
develop, like actually buy the film, film it, and then develop these reels of
It was
film.
back when the school had money.
I guess so. Right? They just, after the incident 23 years ago, they just sunk money. The PTA was like, give it all the money, build a new school,
They were
develop as much film as you need,
Yeah.
keep that football team running.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Jesse, no. Mark and Eric are in the back talking, and like the film's projecting across their face to where it's
Yeah.
like, there's a massive shadow in the front. Can we stop?
Right.
Like, and then the coach comes back and he's like, boys, there's something going on. Because all coaches are ex-military officers. I don't know how
I mean,
the
they're
military
all
works.
they're all referencing the military officer that had actually just recently passed. What's his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know the
yeah,
name of who you're
from
talking about.
oh god damn it, the Kubrick movie.
Is that yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Damn
I know.
it.
I can't. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and so then he's like, Mark, is there something I need to know? Stand up and drop your drawers.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's like, drop everything and turn around.
He says,
And
drop
like,
trowel.
he's like, he drops them and he turns around and he's like, just looking up your butthole to make sure you don't have a tampon. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's our connection to Carrie. Like, that's how this is what's happening. I got it now. Okay, so he's gonna get tampons thrown up his butt? I don't know.
Right.
But
And it was-
also good to know that that's technically pedophilia, I guess. Well, if he's 18, it's just kind of like forced butt looking. Not really rape. Molesting. Can a one person molest? Like if I molest you,
I mean, he would still get fired.
Yeah.
Say that.
I mean, it is teacher student.
No, it's not. It's voyeurism, forced voyeurism.
I don't think that's a legal thing. I just think that's a sexual thing. Voyeurism isn't like Article 93.
He
no
voyeured
voyeurism.
me.
Yeah.
I was voyeured last night.
Any subject that issues voyeurism,
Right.
it just doesn't work.
Any subject while present or behind a two-way mirror
Yeah.
or blinds.
But yes, he looks up his butt for tampons and is like, "There's
Right.
no string, so you shouldn't be such a bitch."
You're right.
And then
he's
go
talking
out
about a
and-
play that they were actually reviewing.
Yeah, because he kept dropping the ball or something. I don't
Something.
know.
It
It
was
was
a block.
like
Something about a
misogynistic, like women can't play football. Har har har.
Right.
It's like, oh sure.
Oh, but they can't.
Right? Shut up. They can.
Right?
Women can do anything. Yes. So then they go outside and actually start practicing football instead of watching
Sure.
football. And the police officer comes up with the photo and is like, "Hey, yo, Eric, what's this?" And Eric's like, "I fucked her." Like,
Yeah.
what's this? 3 minutes before I came. I don't know. What's this? It's a cum spot in her hair. Sorry.
It's Mina Savari for like on the set of a different movie.
Yeah. God, real. And he basically is like, "My dad's a lawyer."
It
Like
actually
white
looks
boy
like,
response.
It looks like a pose from them at like the Nickelodeon Teen Choice
yeah.
Awards.
And they're like, "Make sure the flash is on so you can't see the background because we want it ambiguous." And then,
yeah.
so he poops his pants, but then he talks to...
You two are going to be in a new movie. What can you tell us? Well, I can't tell you anything because
Yeah.
it's Nickelodeon, but you can take our picture.
Right? Real.
Getty Images.
So they, yeah, so the whole plan is hatched, like, oh, we're going to spook her. And yes, so Rachel's getting ready at her house. I was just dialing back to where I was.
She's
the
in a
coffee
red.
is
She's in a red towel.
Yeah.
And that
Ooh,
red
little
comes
red
back
towel.
up. Yeah.
And she's getting ready, knock at the front door. She goes and checks and no one's there. Then there's like knocking at the back door and she's like, "Well, screw this." And is kind of looking around, but then like goes back to the bathroom. Then the phone starts ringing. And it's Daffy Duck. It's Donald Duck. It's a duck. There's a duck talking to her. And he's
I
like,
wish I could do that. Like,
You scared?
like, that's my best, but it's like
that's
more like,
better than I can't. Yeah,
that's too
Nope,
high pitched.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh, God, that hurts.
That's pretty good, but yours is like
It's like
it's like
bubbling up.
Gollum that's sick.
It's like a chud one.
Are you scared?
That's good
God,
and
that's so
creepy.
hard. I hate
That's
it.
creepy.
Ow.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I gotta practice.
Way to go, Andy Serkis.
I'll come back next week with a better duck.
Yeah, but he's like, "What's your favorite scary movie?" In that voice,
Do you know Seth
is
Green
what he
was
said.
Duck? Or is
Huh?
it Seth Rogen?
What
The duck. Howard the Duck.
in Marvel?
Yeah.
Not the original.
In Marvel, Howard the Duck
in
is...
the new.
Yeah.
He's always been Marvel.
Yeah, but I mean, he's...
In the current cinematic universe.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Is it Seth Green or Seth Rogen? I know it's a Seth attached
I think it's
to it.
Rogen. I mean Green.
Okay.
I think it's Green.
Yeah, good. Because Seth Green's the good Seth.
He's the nerdy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
Robot Chicken.
No, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Jesus Christ.
He's my favorite.
Anyway.
I'll never give it up.
Let's keep going.
Never
Let's
gonna
keep
let
going.
it down.
Keep going. Just don't.
Yes.
Do not complete that.
So they start like banging on the windows and they're like, Rachel, Rachel,
Right.
Rachel. Like their scare tactic is to like yell her name and hit a
Right.
window. And she's like, oh no.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And then they throw a brick through her window and she starts to call 911.
she's like, "Who is this?" And he's like,
Oh, yeah, the guy
he
calls.
uses the phrase. He calls her a dyke.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure she's gonna
Yeah.
know who it is now.
But he switches to his normal voice. And
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that
and
hard
also
to figure
goes,
it out."
"Don't you recognize my voice?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do you want to get caught? Like, why did you use the Daffy Duck voice
Yeah.
then?"
But then he goes back to Daffy Duck and is like, what's your favorite scary movie? And she's like, what?
Makes no sense.
And then he's like, yeah, like he keeps hitting stuff. She hangs up and calls 911. The brick gets thrown through the window, but then her parents come home and they're like, let's get lost. The parents
But
are here.
Eric seems like he's going to take it to the next level.
Yeah,
He's got
like-
brass knuckles.
Oh, he was about to beat her and he starts sticking his hand through the window, but her mind power shuts it on his hand.
Right.
And that's how he broke his arm.
There it is. Oh, were you trying to wonder what that?
Yes, because I
Yeah,
was like,
me
why is
too.
he in a front arm cast?
I thought it was because everybody in that final football game seems to have gotten their ass beat beyond
he
recognition.
uses that arm to like hit someone in the throat.
But the other guy who like the one who had like was getting his head shaved when they shave all their
the
heads.
guy that's like way too into everything, and then the
Yeah.
other guy is the video camera guy. Those are the two background guys that I'm like, the guy that's very intense, and then the guy that has a video camera.
The guy who was very intense
everywhere.
Like after that game in the locker room, just seemed like somebody had beat the shit out
Yeah,
of him.
yeah.
So that's why I thought that him in the Eric in the cast was from.
No, it was from the window slam.
Got
I just
it.
connected it.
Yeah.
Because
but
he
yeah.
has his hand covered in the game.
And he, in this moment, his friend's like, "What are you gonna do, man? Like, what are you gonna kill her? Like, what the hell?" And he's like, "Shut up! She's getting what's coming to her." And then spits in his friend's
Oh,
face.
and he also spits on Carrie at some point, or his friend spits on Carrie. I think his friend spits on Carrie.
I
Or
don't
not,
even.
Rachel
I don't
at the party.
understand.
Yeah. So then her parents come home, and she's like telling the cops, like, "Never mind, my parents got here. Bye."
Yeah.
But then like she doesn't want to start shit. She's like, "I'm not going to," because
Yeah, her parents are like, "What the fuck is this
Yeah.
window?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Well, then Mark calls back and he's like, "You're gonna leave my friend Eric alone and not say anything."
Right.
Click, and hangs up. And she's like, "Well, poop."
All right, that
So then-
wasn't that
yeah.
scary.
She doesn't go on the date the next day at school.
He's like, "What's up with the
She's-
date?"
Yeah,
And
Jesse's like, "I
and she-
waited an hour."
Right? She's like, "That's bullshit. You were a part of that." And he's like, "No, that wasn't me." And she's like, "Okay." And
he's
they're
like,
like,
"I'll
"Let's go
talk
on
to him."
let's go on another date then." And he's like, "Okay."
He's like, "Come to the game. I need you there. You're my lucky charm."
Right. I'm like,
Oh.
wow, that was quick. That
Yeah.
escalated quickly.
So
You went on one bloody dog rescue, and,
Yeah.
and you guys you're lucky charm now.
So Jesse confronts Mark and is like, "What's your deal, man?" And Mark's like, "Well, you're not one of us," and gets really mad. But then he's like, "You know what?" He ends up talking with the butthole girls, the mean girls, and
Who are still jealous about Rachel.
yeah, they're like, "What's his deal? We need to get back at him. Like, why is Jesse flirting with her?" And then Mark's like, "Oh, I got an idea. Let's send him up to the cabin and then film them."
Right.
So he gives his parents' cabin keys to Jesse and is like, "Take her out, show her the world." And the game's on Friday, right?
Is he Aladdin?
Yeah. But the football game's on Friday, right?
I guess so.
So then
I didn't know there was.
they
a
go to
date.
the cabin on Thursday,
I guess so.
and then she sneaks back home
Yeah.
in the morning. Why
Yeah.
not just go straight to school and be like, "Left for school early, bye, parents."
Right.
Yeah. So she sneaks out
Because the parents have been standing there all night in her bedroom. And no, so there's a scene in which Rachel is at the mall at a cosmetics counter, and her Monica, not the head cheerleader, but
The nerd
head
cheerleader.
cheerleader's friend,
nerd
right,
cheerleader.
befriends Rachel, and then like swipes a tube of lipstick from the most suspecting counter person possible, but somehow doesn't see the lipstick get swiped.
Well, because so that's like what people with money, like from
Yeah, she was pretty womaning.
Well, she was like,
womaning.
she'll never suspect me because I buy stuff all the time,
Right.
but we also swipe more than we spend.
Right. So at what point would she suspect?
I
Because
know.
it didn't look like anybody was buying anything from those counters.
Right.
Either way, I just wanted to bring that scene up just to establish that
They're like trying to befriend her
right.
and make it all neat and nice.
Right.
But she also has her, Rachel has the talk with the guidance counselor this day. The sex talk. The guidance counselor gives her a psych eval, and then she's like, meh.
Okay. So she does the psych eval, and she's 4 cards in, and just basically just blows her wad and gets to what she really wanted.
You move shit with your mind after like, do you see monsters?
Goes, yeah.
Are you happy?
Do you do things come out of the television and talk to you? She's like, no. She's like, do fur creatures crawl in your face at night? She's like, yeah, because I have a dog.
Does that happen in Gremlins?
What, Mogwais?
Do they crawl on anyone's face?
I mean...
I'm just trying to connect it to other movies, because the first connection
Right.
is Poltergeist, obviously.
Yeah.
Do things come out of the TV and talk to you?
Right.
Do furry things crawl on your face?
I mean, I guess you could.
Or would it be
Maybe.
more like Alien when the face huggers?
Maybe, but she said furry.
I know. That's
Aliens
why I was
aren't
like,
furry. But yeah.
Ewoks.
Yeah. And
definitely
she
that
says
Ewok.
one other one that I didn't...
She's like, are you a happy person? She says something that's like a general, like,
right.
people question.
And then, like...
And then, do you move stuff with your mind?
Are you Carrie too?
Right.
And there's the title. She just looks
Yeah. And
at the screen. Are
then-
you Carrie
Actually,
too?
this might have been like the day before.
Are you the Rage Carrie too?
She asked this and she's like, no, but then she takes her to the site of Carrie.
Right.
And then it's kind of all jumbled
Well,
in
because
when
she's already visited the mom once.
Okay.
Right.
And that's when she
and
got
the mom was like, yo, like Carrie's dad is Rachel's dad as well.
Yeah.
His real name's Ralph White.
But Rachel doesn't believe her.
Right.
And so
She's like, my mom wouldn't lie to her or lie to me. I'm like, how would you know?
Yeah.
Like you were like, I don't know, 5 when she got taken away,
Yes.
and she's insane.
So guidance counselor Sue Snell, her Snow, like I don't want to say it ever,
It's a
is
horrible
like,
name.
I'm gonna break mom out with a piece of gum. I'm gonna MacGyver release someone from the crazy home.
And there's this weird disco music
Yeah.
playing when this happens.
I know. I was like, what did we go into a spy thriller?
It was
now?
like burner, 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 burner.
I thought you were gonna go. It's like burner, 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 burner.
Yep.
But that happened. That's our Friday plan, though. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are getting ahead. But no, in between the breakout and meeting the mother the first time, she does be like, yo, your father, I love where I'm like, yo, your father is,
What up?
your father's actually the father of Carrie. Your stepsisters, you're actually bloodline. It's a hereditary trait passed on from the father. You have telekinesis. Deal.
Carrie's like, no, I hate snow globes.
Logos.
Slow glow. Snow globes. And she blows a snow globe up.
Yeah.
Sorry, the coffee is really hitting.
And she's like, okay, go ahead and let's go to the site of the old high school.
I was here.
Right?
I saw it.
Which it was the high school, right? That's something I was questioning where I'm like, was the dance at like a VFW or the high school? Like, I think it was the high school.
Maybe, sure.
Right? But I went, why would they just keep the rubble there? Like, just tear it down.
I know.
Like, that's
It's
like,
God,
she said
grim reminder.
76 students died
Yeah.
there. So I'm like, you don't want to keep that just rubble reminder around. But either way, she's like, look, you have this power. You got to deal with it. And she's like, no. And meanwhile, this would be the first time that somebody's acknowledging something that she's probably held inside the whole time. You'd think that
Yeah.
she'd be more receptive and be like, I do have it. Like, let's deal with it. Maybe I can get some, like, I don't know, party tricks out of it or something. But no, she's like in denial for no reason.
Yeah.
Right? You would think that maybe she'd be in denial because she's like, if anybody found out my secret, they'd make fun of me. Like, there's nothing there
Yeah.
that would want her to hide it. Right? Especially from, like, she finally has an actual kind of mother figure because her foster mother's a piece of shit too.
Yeah.
She finally has a mother figure, which all of what I'm saying applies to why I felt so lame and cheated by Sue's death,
Yeah.
right? Because it's just out of nowhere, sudden, quick, and over
it means
with.
nothing.
Yeah.
But so that night, Carrie goes up to this lake house with Jesse. They fuck. Then you see Jesse say "I love you," and then you see like a shadowy
I have a
figure.
question.
All right, here we
what
go.
happened? Where was the conversation in which they were making out in a car, and then she says she's not ready, but she'd be ready if he showed up with flowers?
Oh, that was after the dog, because the dog had to stay overnight for
had to have been the
observation.
second time.
No, the dog had to stay overnight for observation.
She was covered in blood that night.
Oh, right.
So we missed one thing where they basically, it was like raining. They were on his hood and it was raining. And so they went inside the car, and they were making out. And she goes, I'm not ready, but she goes, I'm waiting for the perfect moment. And it's like, and he's like, what would the perfect moment be? He's like, if you just showed up at my doorstep with flowers, daisies, right?
And he's like, flowers.
He's like, all right,
daisies.
maybe.
Well, she's like, flowers. And he's like, what kind of flowers do you like? Like, all right, ruin that surprise for us.
Yeah. And so in this moment, that's why I wanted to reference it back. Like, he pulls up to the house. She's in a nice, like, sundress and sitting on the...
Not a sundress.
Huh?
It's just a dress. It's not a sundress.
No? Oh, okay.
It's just like a spaghetti strap dress.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not a dressologist. I don't know what's going on.
We know.
I don't know fabriology.
God. Yep, he shows up with daisies.
Yeah, he shows up with daisies. And in the moment when the door opens and there was the daisies, like out loud, I was watching this and I was like, oh, who fucking tonight?
Yeah.
Who's fucking tonight? Like immediately I was like, well, I saw that coming a mile away. Right? And, that's what happens next. They have sex, and,
a shadowy figure runs by the window and is like, ooh, who's that?
And
like, well, it's
before the
people
scene cuts away, she's cuddling in his arms, and I guess she's asleep because she didn't hear it, but he's like, I love you. And you're like, oh, high school love is quick, and it is painful. So,
and then it's Friday.
It burns.
Yeah.
High school love burns. We'll get there.
She sneaks back in Friday morning, and her parents are like, "You're grounded," and she's like, "Yeah, no." That's kind of it. Like, I don't remember her being like, "I'm going out no matter what." It's like she just left.
I remember that Daisy conversation now because it's also the one where she says "word." He's like, he says something important. She goes "word," and he goes, did you say word?
Yeah.
Like, even he's like, that's not a thing anymore.
Jesse's playing the role of audience.
Yeah. Okay, so, now she sneaks back in. Her foster parents are standing there. Her dad slaps the shit out of her.
Across the face.
Like, and then he's like, you're grounded for a week. And she's like, but the game, he's like, you want to make it too? Right? And
but
she's
then
like,
she just kind of gets out.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, this part, grounding her, does not matter. Like, it doesn't matter that she's even late.
Yeah.
Because whether she had showed up to the game on time and watched him, the game would have went down the way it went down.
Yeah.
Which basically, their team was getting their ass whooped. They were like 9-year champions, and they were like depressed as hell because they were going to get their ass whooped by the Devils.
She like runs up. Like, as the play is happening, he doesn't see her. They score, and then it's like, woo, he won. And then he looks over at her, and he points and is like, thumbs up. And she's like, she points back, and she's like, yeah, thumbs up for sure, you too.
She's like, she's always
just
like
laughing.
this giggly, laughy. Like, when she is not emo, it is the opposite extreme. It is insane.
She's
like,
so
her eyes are
happy.
super squinty, and she's like,
like she's being tickled.
Yeah. But the thing about this one is that, like, basically she's like, I need to get to the game or else they're going to lose, right?
Yeah.
And they are losing super hard.
It would have been neat if she, like, minorly telekinesis was like, and football in his hands. That would have made better sense.
Helped him, like, they were going to lose and, ooh, Jesus. We write a better movie every time, don't we?
We do.
But she she's listening to the game over, I guess, local radio, right? There's an announcer who's
Yeah.
also announcing the game, and it's being announced out loud into the crowd, right? It's like, man, those boys are really getting a whipping out there. They just really, really suck.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like echoing as it pans across the bench of them just like depressed and like, I was like, is that how it goes down? And, you know, Bobby just takes another one. Bobby is really shitty. I don't know who put him on the team.
God, he
I
is
don't
terrible.
know.
And, you know, I know his dad, and I thought he was better than that.
Right?
Like,
Joe, if you can hear me out there, I know you're like in a second bleacher. You should really just get a handle on your piece of shit son. You know, also, I think he's a rapist.
not going to college with that one.
Like, and also I heard he's a rapist and responsible for the suicide of that girl, Lisa. Rest in peace, Lisa.
Right. R.I.P.
17-4, Devils in the
her
lead.
name's Lisa? Well, no one's here that cares about her. Never mind.
17-4, Devils in the lead. Just right back into it.
And the devil takes down your soul. So they win.
Anyway, this is brought to you by toilet paper.
Right? They they win.
I'm slowly going into my steamy present. Anyway.
And
17-4, Devils in the lead. Second down.
They they
I almost
win.
said bottom of the first, like, I don't know, football, whatever. Bottom of the first, touchdown.
They win, but then Monica and Tracy, or it's not Monica. It is Monica, but not Tracy. It's Monica and some random chick.
Yeah, but
roll up.
the thing here is that announcer is announcing that, and Rachel is listening to all this. She hears that Jesse gets tackled hard and he's down, right? So she just drops what she's doing, drops the headphones on the ground, and runs out anyway. So, like, it didn't matter that she was, right, that she was grounded, nor does it really matter that she's late, because immediately as she's going out the window, we zoom back down to the headphones, and you listen to more of the announcer, and he's like, no, he's getting up. We're good.
Nope, he's fine.
He's fine. I hope I didn't alarm anybody with telekinesis out there to come and watch the game.
Yeah.
Go back to your groundings. So she gets there just in time to see him make the winning touchdown play. They put him on his shoulders. She's like, hey, yay! And then he goes to the locker room, and he's going to be late. So the girl that befriended her is like, he said one of the locker room boys.
It's the rowdy boy.
Yeah.
The rowdy boy he tells him, like, oh, tell her to wait for me. I have to talk with the college recruiter. And then he goes outside and he's like, he said go straight to the party. He's going to be a while talking to the college recruiter.
Right.
So then Monica and some random brunette
that I never seen before.
They're like, haha, let's go party.
Is she CDs later?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they go in there,
CDs.
and like as they're pulling up, there's a weird throwaway like best friend dude that wants it but doesn't get it, like that kind
video
of
camera guy.
No.
Oh, you mean Shipwreck from American Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, he's friend zoned.
Can you get me in?
He's friend zoned, without actually showing much intention to actually be a possible love interest or anything.
Yeah.
And then,
he's shown twice.
Yeah. So it's who the hell is it? It, like I said, it's Shitbreak. It's Eddie K. Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who banged Stifler's mother in American Pie.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, he does have these moments of being like, look out for that football team.
He's literally
and
shown like 3 times.
Yeah, he's kind of like a mini comic relief that I think got all his scenes cut, including the final line of the trailer. It's not in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, missed another killer party. Because, like, yeah, he shows up to the party.
They say something in the party, or at the end.
He doesn't say missed a killer party.
He says something about the party being killer. He's like, man, that looks like a killer party.
No, that was...
he says it. He's on top of the truck after drinking beer.
Right, but there's the scene from the trailer that we're referencing is him like already drunk on top of there.
Yeah,
and being like, look like a.
He says that.
I'm talking about he's like drunk, laying down, and like almost half passed out. This, what you're talking about, he's like active and just arrived at the party.
No. He's drunk on top of the vehicle because he's been drunk on that vehicle since they arrived at the party because they were doing donuts on the grass in front of the house.
Right.
And he's trashed, and then the house is on fire, and he's like, man, we missed a killer party. And
Did we watch 2 different versions?
I watched the version I found online.
I swear I was looking for that. And even in IMDb, one of the trivia says that, like that's
he says
missing.
a line.
That
like
line's
that.
missing. It says.
Maybe
so,
I watched a director's cut.
Maybe.
I don't know.
God, who was the director, by the way? Let's.
Not that good.
Katt Shea and Robert Mandel was
That's
uncredited.
Weird.
Robert Mandel got fired replaced 2 weeks into shooting.
Oh.
Katt Shea, responsible
Poison
for
Ivy.
Scarface, is the most
Oh.
famous thing that Katt Shea ever did.
Well, she was an actress in Scarface.
Is that what it says? Actress?
Woman at Babylon Club.
Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
actress. Oh, what did they direct? 11 credits.
Yep, it's just about the Rage 2.
Poison Ivy. Yeah, that's about.
Strip to Kill.
Yep.
Strip to Kill 2 Live Girls. Dance
Yeah,
of the
they're all like
Damned.
Cinemax, like racy
I like
skin
it.
movies. Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Anyway, so this is where the girls show up and she's like, "I'll get you in," whatever his name was, like the nerdy boy, but she doesn't. And they're still befriending him. Oh, Arnie was his name.
Yeah.
They're still befriending her. They're like, "Here, take we apologize for all that like beating down your house stuff, and here, have a margarita." And
Okay, if you're at a high school party, they're not serving margaritas. They're serving Sprite and vodka or like Gatorade
Pabst
and tequila.
Blue Ribbon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're serving shit because high schoolers don't know how to make drinks. Margaritas weren't on high schooler
Well,
drinkers'
90s
radars.
movies also didn't know how to make parties.
Yeah.
Like their idea of a party was never what it was. Yeah. Even in what is it? It's not She's All That. What's the one with Seth Green that actually like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening like at the party, and then there's like what's her face is like Cupid on a bench by the end of the movie. God, what is
Not
that?
10 Things I Hate About
Nope,
You.
not that one either. It's I almost said All That. She's All That.
You said it's not She's All That.
Oh no, it's not. I did say that. But it has
She's All That.
It has
Hey,
an
She's All
ensemble
That.
cast, and the one guy like gets super drunk and like sings on. There's a band at this party. Remember this movie?
One
What?
second.
Yeah, it's Seth Green is who I'm looking up because I think that's like he's in it because he's locked in the bathroom the whole party of that movie with a girl. He's like I said, the bathroom. Like
I don't know.
he's trying to lose his virginity in the bathroom. Seth Green. Can't hardly wait.
Yes, sure. I think I remember it.
No, nothing.
I don't. It seems like one of those movies that I've seen, but I don't know if I've actually seen.
Okay. Well, it's another 90s movie that, just like 10 Things I Hate About You, too, like they have these parties that you're like, what party was this?
Did you invite the next school over too?
Right? And a band, and like apparently the entire neighborhood is cool with it the whole night. Like,
yeah.
these kind of parties happen way too much. This is more of like a lake house, which that's okay. Because that's the same thing as like American Pie. It was like a lake house by the end where they all lose their virginity. But still.
Can't Hardly Wait has Jerry O'Connell. Sorry. I just
That's
have the
right.
biggest crush on him. Oh my God.
What? In Stand By Me?
He's been
No.
cute since like being born. It's his jaw and his eyebrows. His eyebrows look angry and his jaw is super square.
He's been cute since being born?
Sorry.
Because
I know.
yeah, Stand By Me, he's the fat kid.
He was cute in that.
All right, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. I have to look at Stand By Me footage.
Yeah, hold on.
I know. Well, he's not totally fat.
I mean,
no, I'm looking at a different character.
Yeah, no. You're probably looking at River Phoenix.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I digress.
Yes, another party that gets parties wrong.
Yeah.
People are randomly like. You might see at an old high school party, you might see one person
Also,
dancing randomly alone, but you never see like groups of people, like small pockets of people dancing.
It's said that it's someone's house, right?
Right.
Okay, because for a second I thought I saw push and pull on one of the doors.
No.
Because of the doors. Like the doors that lead outside to the back patio, it's literally like glass, like mall doors.
Yeah.
Like 3 wide.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them. 3 sets of double glass doors. that just like open up and close like a mall would. Yeah, the party's way too much, and it's a weird built house that it kind of looks like it technically should just be an art gallery.
Yeah.
The house does look like an art gallery house, and I'm pretty sure it is.
So, yeah, there's art all over the walls.
It's definitely it's 100% a party slaughterhouse. So like
Sure.
it would be a good like a high school party slaughter movie.
Right, because
house.
like it also
there's
has
glass, there's a pool, there's indoor, there's
like,
outdoor,
it's
there's
floor to
levels.
ceiling glass walls,
Yeah.
so that you could actually like shoot through them with the camera. Like we're talking about like actual camera
the power
techniques.
can go out except for the pool light, so you just see that blue wavy thing, and they're like, "Where's the killer?"
I think this was used in another movie.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have
know.
to figure this out.
Like, oh,
but no,
crap.
you're right. And then you could like. They're looking through one pane of glass, but you can actually see the killer
And he
behind them
turns
in another
around,
pane of glass.
and then she's holding the phone, and she goes, "Bye!" And she's wearing a really cute white sweater, but her blonde bob cut really doesn't work for her.
Yeah, and like at the same time, I'm like, how do you not smell the burnt popcorn?
I know.
Yeah,
It's like, gotta get a grip on your life, lady. Figure out your favorite scary movie.
yeah. God, don't you know?
It was Mrs. Voorhees. Sorry.
Jason didn't come to the second one. Jesus fucking Christ, fucking amateurs.
That's the only reason I know that answer, too. Because I've been too afraid to ever watch, like, the early Jason movies.
We're gonna start them. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know.
July starts Friday the 13th
Shut
for
up.
us. Mm-hmm.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
because we skipped one. It was back in April, and I skipped it for better things at the moment.
Okay.
but we're gonna
fine,
start it.
Fine.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So they get to
For
the
all
party.
you horror
yeah.
lovers out there, welcome, horror buzz people. 2 hours in, I forgot the reason why we did this.
It's fine. We're trying
Welcome,
something
horror
new.
buzz.
Horror buzz.
Horror buzz.
Yes. So she's dancing, she's partying, and they're like, "Come dance with us," and she's like, "I couldn't possibly." Then she starts dancing. Everyone's swing dancing for some reason, which, as someone that was,
riot.
I was the treasurer and co-founder of the swing dance club in my high school. We had about 10 members.
I wish people
majority
could see
of them
my
friends.
face.
Yeah,
I was
you were like
what the
confused, like
fuck?
that happened.
That's a thing.
We had to like make clubs. You had to get
Chess
like a
clubs, like
petition.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
They're like, we thought we were nerds. It lasted for like a few weeks. I only went to 2, and I was like, I'm the treasurer. It was like, I can say I did it on a college transcript.
What
and now it means
does
nothing.
a treasurer do in a swing club?
We look at the money.
Give me your money.
Yeah. Money which we did not have as a club.
All right,
It was
Billy, you're going to
stupid.
go out and
Yeah.
you're going to tap dance for money, and you're going to go out,
There's
Cindy,
no
and
tap
you're going to
dancing and swing dance.
I know, that's why that's why I said that Cindy's going to go out and swing.
Yeah.
And-
Whatever. Yeah, so they're all swing dancing, and then they're like, "Who? Guess how many points you were?" They like throw the book at her, and they're like,
Okay,
"Read."
yeah,
and I was like,
so-
"Ooh, this is very brutal."
While they're distracting her, which I'm like, I don't know why they're distracting her.
Yeah,
like
no one's gonna see you put a VHS.
Nobody knows that that's what it is.
Yeah.
There isn't going to be a moment where she's like, "Hey, whoa, what's going on? There's a VHS going on that VCR."
Well, they plug it in, and she's like, "Football game? Is this the one you played?" And he's like, "No, it's a different game we played."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of good."
So the house also has a whole bunch of revolving mirrors?
You turn the TV and it puts the image on the ceiling? I don't know what happened. It was really confusing.
It was super
And I
confusing.
think it
I was
wasn't
like,
real
oh.
technology. I think that was a lie.
Right?
Because even later in the movie, it only zooms in on the TV.
So why in this weird concept could we not have just had like, oh, there's a projector at the party?
Or maybe a larger TV than a 15-inch. Like, I know in 1999 there were larger than 15-inch
Oh, yeah,
TVs.
they at least had those. Remember those like
They had, like,
square
27-inch
projection
boob
ones,
tubes.
Mitsubishi ones
Yeah.
that they had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, they definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they at least had like 50 inches. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I know.
Oh, I remember those, and they were like massive, and it was like you build a room around it, you don't move it
yeah,
into
and
your
if you
house.
touch the screen, it was actually
It was
like,
like, meow,
ribbed.
meow.
It was like
Yeah.
zip. You could run
For
your
their
nails like
pleasure.
zip. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, they at least had those, or like I said, a projector
Yeah.
projected on the wall. Like
yeah.
what? Come on,
Steal
guys.
one from the high school. Show a goofy
Fucking
scene.
amateur hour.
Yeah, and so then
What's your
she's
least
like,
favorite movie? Carrie fucking Jew!
she's reading the book and is like, oh, this is bad. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, our mystery guest is Tim the Toolman Taylor's son, coming from upstairs with a broken hand.
And a finished bottle of gin,
Right?
which I was like, that is vomit. In 2 seconds, that is vomit.
Also, like, we didn't mention, but the football team, in order to be to look more aggressive to the, they all shaved their heads except for Jesse. Right?
Jesse was like, I'm not an idiot.
I went, how could these guys with their sweater vests and their cardigans and their puka shell necklace that one of them had, and one was like an anal bead necklace.
90s than puka shells,
right? And their like NSYNC blonde frosted tips and everything. How could these guys be more douchier?
Shaved heads.
And then it happened. And the thing is that the actors actually shaved their heads.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, that's a stretch for this movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's going extra mile for this movie.
I mean, the actor's doing it, yes, but at the same time, like, my hockey team, you would know it's near the end of the hockey season because everyone would bleach their hair, and there would be like 30 to 40 guys walking around with terrible like bleached hair. You didn't have hockey?
No.
Oh.
We didn't have hockey. We didn't have a pool, so no swim team either.
We just used like our rec area or our rec.
Yeah, area.
No,
you
but
said it.
We didn't have one in our school. It was like the community rec center.
Right.
The rec center.
Yes.
Rec center.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Rec center.
Yes.
The rec center.
Here we go.
Yeah, it was at the rec center. Sorry.
Yeah. This is where it all goes to shit, right? And
Carrie's like, I'm different. I'm unique. I'm angry. And the barbed wire covers her body.
So they reveal to her that they go, Jesse was just using you to like get the highest score on the game.
30 points.
I don't understand
Which I
where
was
they
like,
okay.
How many times did she swallow?
Well, they right?
Did they count the cabin as an exotic place? That's a stretch.
I think they counted the cabin as an exotic place. See, this is why I read out the rules.
Yeah.
I think they counted that. They counted the fact that they watched, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think they did,
voyeurism.
right?
Well, they did, obviously, because they got it on film.
Right. They said something, a 2-point conversion for her being a dyke.
Oh, yeah, the conversion
they used
principle.
A football analogy.
I was like, that's pretty good.
But I'm like, okay, that's still, the points aren't adding up here. Still, like 30 points? Like,
She's
I don't,
pro.
Right? How many times did he slam that night?
No.
And maybe that's why he said I love you. Like, you go 5 times and she swallows
He
every
was like,
time.
God, I definitely impregnated that one. I gotta say I love you.
10 points for cum on the face.
10 points, it's in her eyes and mouth.
15 for bukkake.
Yeah. Let's get a group shot.
They're literally just looking up words on Urban Dictionary because that was around by that point.
Right.
Being like, what's a
1999?
Cleveland steamer?
Oh, yeah. It was all like the worst things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Rachel's a freak.
So
Keep that tape going.
She flips and the heart on her tattoo starts beating.
That was weird.
Yeah, and then she covers herself like in the barbed wire, but it's kind of like a loose attempt to cover herself. It's like, and one barbed wire across my forehead, down my face and neck.
Down her chin.
And then one going across my arm, one going across my other arm, and I'm set. Like, I just want a light tattoo illusion.
I didn't know that telekinesis could give you the power to continue your tattoo on your old body.
Well, she was just forcing the ink through her skin, I guess.
Like, what if it made the noise? It's like,
and she's like, ow, 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 ow. Give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. And she's got to stop, put lotion on it, change the bandages.
Get that clear bandage.
And her first
She
first
slaps
duty,
on black latex gloves and goes, "Let's do this."
Her first motion as new acting telekinesis president of this household is to explode the glass doors and take out a good half of the party.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
And
So
it doesn't just fully stab someone in the neck with a piece of glass. Oh no, this glass flies so hard that, like a graduation that just announced the graduating class of 2018, it was decapitated. Because they throw their hats in the air.
Ba-da-bum-ba-bum-bum. Yeah.
Just in time for graduation. Yeah, like he's decapitated.
That's why we're doing this.
His head is cut
back to school.
off.
Oh, not back to school.
End of school.
Yeah,
end of life. End of school. And his head is cut off clean. And it's like,
off.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, and it rolls in front of the video camera. So I think that might have been the video camera guy.
Yeah.
Got his head cut off?
Yeah.
Maybe. I could be wrong.
Maybe. Or Extreme Dude.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah. Once they shaved that's what I was like, don't shave your head.
Yeah, I was like, we
then
can't tell you apart.
Then you were just another faceless person to die.
Like, you're already like at max 5 hours in my like stream of vision, like 2 hours for the movie and then 3 hours just for this podcast. Like that's the amount of time I think about these movies.
Yeah.
I don't have time to think about anything else.
Yeah, you purge them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for the purge.
I don't care. I was like, I really don't care. And then, yeah, so then like kind of chaos ensues, I guess.
Piece of trivia for that glass exploding scene.
Everyone actually died.
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah.
So it was done. It was done 3 times. The first time,
like us recording White Chicks.
Yeah.
3 times.
The first time it was filmed, the actress that plays Rachel, Emily Bergl, winced, which, I mean, normal human reaction.
For glass exploding in front of you.
Because it was real glass being blown.
I know.
Because the shot is, for those who didn't see the movie, the shot is on her with her crazy bulging wide eyes as glass just shoots from behind her and onto, so the glass shoots towards the camera. First time, like any human, like, oh God, that's scary, right?
Just film her like with her eyes open and put that in. Don't reshoot an entire shattering glass thing. It's expensive.
First time was it was just glass blown.
Yeah,
like something like that. Like, but so first time was like a full wince from her, like a body reaction. Second time she held the pose, but her eyes closed, like she was like, oh God. Third time,
we just both heavily blinked at each other to be like, yes, eyes closing deeply feels like this, and we were like, blink, open, blink, open. Like, God, we were trying to prove it.
Yeah, right.
So
is
stupid.
this possible?
That was how dumb we are. We're like, they'll hear us on the mic, blink really hard.
Hey, that happens all the time.
I know.
Third time they got it right, but the shards of glass pierced into her back. And this is why, after that scene, there are no shots of her from behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they filmed it on her, apparently. And also, she was injured badly from this. So, crazy.
Right.
So there was actual injuries.
She's fine.
Then also, a giant shard of glass goes into the throat of a girl.
Yeah.
Right? And then a throat of another guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so they're immediately just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as we said, and we kind of skipped over because it doesn't matter, the counselor the counselor has broken Rachel's mom out of the mental ward and are on their way.
They're pulling up to the party at this part.
Yeah.
Side note, Jessie is with the other mean girl that's trying to distract her.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'll give you a ride there, but I got to stop by my house and change. And then Jessie's like, okay, but let's hurry.
Yeah.
And then she's changing.
She pulls a Varsity Blues, but like it doesn't
she's like,
work.
Does this dress look good? And he's like, I don't know, we got to go. And she takes it off and she's like, what about now with my boobs out? And he's like, put your dress on. We got to go.
Granny panties are weird.
Yeah, I know. And then they eventually do leave for the party.
Yeah.
But
he's still not there for this whole incident.
Still like murder.
Yeah, right. So the counselor, Rachel has also, like, all glass that hasn't been shattered, those doors have been shut and sealed locked.
They put shutters.
Right.
Over it. They go.
There's shutters, and the front door is sealed, and the counselor and Rachel's mom have now gone up to the front door, and the counselor is looking through the peephole.
We get CDs before this, don't we?
I mean,
more or less at the same time. And fire started. Like the fireplace was like
fire starts immediately. Like, just, because she's Firestarter as well.
You know that guy.
I met Firestarter. Yeah, from Arkham.
She's like, "Oh, Firestarter's here." Oh shit, that's Rachel. Never mind. We got to get in there. We got to get in there.
We got to go.
Yeah. Call Firestarter. He could be Firestopper. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know his other
Is
skills.
Mr. Freeze here?
Yeah.
Is there a Hydro Man?
Hydro Man.
Right.
He delivers our water.
So So
Sparklets.
So Rachel's using the force all over the place.
Yeah.
And she picks up with her telekinesis a fire poker and throws it across the room.
That's his penis's name. I'm fire started. This is fire poker, and he's got a boner. It's so stupid. She picks up a fire poker, not a penis.
Right. And throws it across the room like a javelin with the force.
Yeah.
And it goes through one guy's eye, through the front door where the counselor is looking through the windows.
Perfectly through the peek hole.
Yeah.
Then out and into the
it was a
counselor's
weird,
head.
unnecessary close-up shot of going through the peephole. It's like a quick flash.
It's like, ooh, oh.
Yeah, it's like...
And you're like, ooh, death.
Cut.
Yeah.
On the editing. But, yes, so both of them are basically hanging from a poker with the door in between them.
I like to imagine this was filmed by okay, now press your head against the door. We're going to build a door that has a step unit hanging off from it. So whenever the door opens, it looks like you're both still stuck to the door.
Yeah.
And they're actually just standing on a platform like, play dead, play dead, play dead. That's
So
what I imagine.
That's the death of the counselor.
Yep.
The only person that, other than
actually
Jesse
cared about Rachel.
Yep. And the only person from the original Carrie to reprise her role, and she goes out.
Well, no one else could.
Like
They
a
were dead.
bitch. There were way better people that got because in original Carrie, remember there was a teacher that actually did care about Carrie too. It might have been a teacher, it might have been a counselor, but
I thought it was her friend.
No, but there's a teacher too.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? And she basically is like, Carrie, no, don't do this. And then scaffolding or something falls and crushes her against the wall.
Yeah.
Right? To show that basically Carrie's fuck all of you.
Yeah.
Right? And you would have thought maybe in this moment, this is a movie that could have just been by the numbers, rehashed. It could have been here's a football game and now we're going to have a homecoming dance. And it would have been fine. Right?
Yeah.
I actually probably would have appreciated it more if homecoming dance and maybe a homecoming party afterwards.
Well, it's supposed to be
it's trying to tread new ground, but also just do the
Yeah.
same thing at
Yeah.
the same time, right?
Yeah.
But because of that, there's no emotional weight to any of this. You don't, at least...
Oh, I was waiting for anything to happen.
In the original Carrie, you're watching people that deserve it get it, but you're watching innocents get it too. Which you're watching that here, people are on fire.
Yeah.
But most of the people that you see get it are all, you're like, oh, thank God.
And even the people that do get it, okay, so the fire poker goes through the thing. Her mom starts coming in, but at this point, CDs have been thrown off the CD rack.
Yep.
They've been taken out of their jewel case.
Which is the only thing of CGI other than the tattoo.
And it goes all into 2 or 3 people's bodies and it kills them with CDs.
I love the CD thing though.
It's creative. It's nice.
Also, how hard, even with the force, do you
I know,
need to
wouldn't
throw
the
a
CD snap at that point before going in your skin?
I snapped many a CD.
Yeah.
It's just plink, we're good.
So
I would have loved it if it actually was just plink, 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 plink on the body and be
ow,
really?
ow.
Really, Gary? I mean, Rachel?
Or if
really,
the CD,
Carrie too?
The CDs, as they flew out, they shattered, and then all this the spikes went into them, but then that would be just like glass.
Oh, it's that extra filler layer.
Ooh, ow, ow, ow,
it's the
ow,
silvery
ow.
layer.
So then
Oh,
miraculously,
no, Garth Brooks.
Yeah. Oh, why did the Dixie Chicks have to do me in like this? Goodbye, Earl. And she's reaching out to Earl.
God.
Wonderwall, fuck.
They might be giants. What a horrible way to go. Wonderwall.
No, tub thumping. Ow.
Oh, not Weird Al.
Yeah. Yeah, so miraculously during all of this, we have Eric, and we have Mark, and we have that one girl.
That befriended her.
Yeah, the Monica.
Yeah.
Maniaca.
Maniaca. Yes, they have gone upstairs to, I think this
they're
is
on the
Mark's...
first floor.
Oh. I thought they were upstairs.
No, they're on the first floor, but they managed to move away. I don't think it was Mark's. I think
it was Mark's house.
I think it was.
I think
Mark's
it is
house.
Mark's house because he knew exactly where to go. He went to a room.
He went to the hunting room.
Right.
The shark hunting room. And he's like, Dad, where's the keys? Come on, where are the keys?
They bust down a cabinet that is holding only harpoons and
there's like
flares.
3 cabinets worth of harpoon guns.
Harpoons
which I was
only.
like, how many fish do you need to hunt? Also, it looks like they're in Middle America.
Quick, grab the harpoons. We're about to be on the set of Deep Blue Sea after this.
Grab the harpoons. We gotta go catfishing. Like, it's podunk as fuck. Yeah,
just a bunch of harpoons and flare guns.
So they have 2 harpoons and 1 flare gun,
right,
for protection.
Yes.
And then they go outside next to the pool, and Carrie's following them out, and her mom's standing in the middle of the house, like, all my friends are here, because her mom's batshit. I don't know. Her mom was seeing people earlier.
Yeah.
And then Carrie's outside, and they're like, we're gonna fuck you up. So what Carrie does...
She's singing that song, all my friends are here.
Yeah. All my friends are here, let's take it slow.
I love Arkham.
So, yeah, Arkham was great. Oh, God, that came full circle.
So,
yes.
Now, Carrie has gone down, because it's like... This is why I thought it was the second floor. Is like it's kind of like a bedroom hallway that they went into.
Yeah.
Right.
But then the door it leads directly outside to the pool.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It got so loud.
I got excited. And she's like menacing. Like this is the kind of moments where if this rest of the movie didn't suck, she's kind of scary in this moment. Like because they put her in black and white. As they do,
yeah,
and
she's
kind of just
have a scary face.
No,
her face is so.
She's
soft.
got the bug eyes.
She's got a lot of circles.
Yeah,
and circles, traditionally soft, like smooth lines, say heroic. Where harsh, like angles, say villainous.
Yeah, that's why
she
I
doesn't
think
have
you're
any
evil
harsh
all the time.
I know. I really do look evil. It's really bad.
You just always look angry.
I do, and that's my favorite thing. I love looking bad.
He's really snarky today.
I know. No, you just suck at your job.
Oh. Oh, God.
Yep, reality.
Getting real.
So
anyway,
they're all outside.
No, but those people aren't listening 2 hours in. It's fine. Damn it. We'll edit this out. No, we won't.
So they're all outside next to the pool, and Carrie's like, let's get shit going. And they're like, we're going to kill you. So then, as they're about to fire the trigger, Marcy, what was her name? Something with an M.
I thought it was Monica.
Monica?
Yeah, it is Monica.
She's so pissed at Ross in this episode.
And she is.
I know.
They were on a break.
Carrot. I know.
They were on a break.
I know. Because that's Monica's. I know. I know. So yeah, Monica's like it shows her fingering the trigger, like about to blow.
What?
Stop it!
Sorry, I had to finish.
So
what?
Rachel then explodes her glasses.
I thought you were doing Rachel.
No, it does work though.
Yeah.
So Rachel gets really pissed. Because Ross keeps saying they're on a break.
Yeah.
But Rachel gets pissed and like not only blows up Monica's glasses, but it also looks like she blows up her eyes. Because it kind of does this like
thinking of friends.
But it looks like the camera kind of zooms out of where her eyes used to be, and you just see like red holes.
Oh no, because the special effect is like they put squibs in eyeballs.
Yeah.
On top of somebody's face, which sounds dangerous as hell. Because that was still a real person.
But it looks like it was supposed to be the glass from her eyeglasses shattered her eyeballs.
Right.
But
there's an explosion out, not in.
Yeah, but it looks like her eyeballs and the glasses blew up
at the same time.
Yeah. So in doing so, Monica,
they're kind of probably like, well, maybe she explodes eyeballs too.
So I never understood this. I saw this movie as a kid.
Yeah.
I thought the carnage was amazing and so much, but like looking back,
you're the one who inspired us to do this episode because of the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I thought this movie was super violent as a kid, but watching it now, I'm like, oh, I've been desensitized because this looks like nothing now.
Yeah.
So Monica is like, my eyes are gone, which means Carrie's no longer in front of me. She's now to the left of me.
Like,
so I'm
to the left and behind.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn with my harpoon gun, shove it in a penis, and pull the trigger.
And said penis and harpoon itself will go
rip off
out his anus
but I'm
and
wondering,
into the bowl.
Yeah, did it go out like through his butthole?
Yeah.
Oh God, it ripped so much.
Well, I mean,
out.
it made a hole.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's next to the butthole.
Scarred me for life. I was like, my balls can never exist around harpoon
guns. And that
guns.
kills Eric. So we got
2 deaths in 5 seconds.
Yeah, we got, which one would assume that, like,
Monica
they
killed
totally
someone.
wrote that.
Yeah.
They wrote that to be like, the rapist got his. He got his dick,
Yeah.
like, you know, and you're like, whatever.
Statutory
Like,
rapist, but rapist nonetheless.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Wilson's over looking at this all on the fence the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on? Oh, God, that sucks.
Right?
Okay. But we never see below his eyes.
That's right.
So, it's fine. And then
I don't know
there's
how
just
that-
kind of like a fight between, but not really a fight, between Mark and Rachel.
Mark pulls the trigger on the flare gun, and the flare goes into Rachel's stomach.
And she throws herself in the pool and starts closing the pool.
Yeah.
But
I don't like sunlight. Get it away.
As she's going in, it looks like her whole dress is bleeding red. I know it's for an effect, but it looked like everything is bleeding red. But it also had this stupid editing, because what happens, she jumps out of the pool, pulls Mark in, and Mark's harpoon gun falls to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mark...
it falls down to the bottom of the pool.
So
Yeah.
Mark is at the top, doesn't realize the pool is closing, turns, and the pool closing hits him in the face. And
Now,
it's
when
like,
you're saying pool closing, we're talking about, like,
Yeah.
it's an automatic pool cover.
which I think they outlawed because of this movie.
I don't ever remember an automatic pool cover. I had
either.
one
It
that was
seems
like
scary.
on a roll.
Yeah.
At the end of my grandfather had one. It was it was like,
Well,
remember
see,
those
that
like
just-
solar pool covers? It
Yeah,
was
my
just like
parents have
bubble
one.
wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'd put that on. He had one of them on a roll. It was nothing that was like gonna seal the pool shut.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's a thing, really.
So-
like, that's a winterization is what that is.
Oh, yeah, it is. But so Mark falls in the pool, gets hit in the face by the bar because he doesn't hear it coming or something. But it like
Yeah.
hits him when it makes the like ding sound, and he gets like knocked a little bit unconscious under the pool water. And then you can tell this is whenever like they didn't think about the source of blood. Like, it's a cut on his head, it's a cut on his nose or lip or something. Because it's just like blood water. Like whenever you see a cut underwater and it kind of bleeds out, but it gets smoky immediately.
Yeah.
Like there's that kind of like over his face, like every now and then as they film him underwater. It's just like a general like blood smoke around him.
Yeah.
So then Carrie sinks to the bottom. Carrie swims to the bottom, grabs the harpoon gun, stabs the pool cover, climbs out. Mark, unfortunately, isn't smart and is like stuck under the pool cover like, I can't get out.
Right.
And
Like he's under ice. or
Yeah,
something.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
He drowns.
Yeah.
He
and
did.
that's that. So
Meanwhile, Carrie's mom is like, Rachel. Rachel's mom is like, Rachel! And Rachel's like, Mom! And her mom comes outside and is like, oh, fuck, you're the devil.
And Rachel's like bleeding to death in pain on the side of the pool, which I bring this up because after this, then she's
okay.
fine again.
Well, you know about telekinesis, healing powers.
Well, well, if you're Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix.
She rose from the ashes of
She
the
is
flare
the
gun.
Phoenix. Yeah. Nice. Right? But that was my question, is like the amount and level of her powers are kind of all over the place. Because who's to say, like, why couldn't she have just like blown the pool cover off and just gotten out?
She wasn't mad.
Right. Well, what is this, like Bruce Banner?
Anger activation, yeah.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Telekinesis will come out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't understand because like she basically has the power later to like unscrew giant metal framework. Like,
yeah,
and
which I never understood what she was doing there.
Oh, you didn't? Do you now?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, she's just unscrewing. I think she was gonna do what original Carrie did, which was basically implode the house on herself.
Oh, okay.
Kill herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was just
We'll get there in
unscrewing
a
the
second.
balcony to make herself fall off. But then it looked like a different portion of the house just fell in and ruined that plan. Well, okay, so she's with her mom. She's dying, but her mom's like, you're the devil. And then she kills her mom.
Does
her
she?
mom's died.
I thought her mom
What
ran
happened to her
away.
mom? Yeah, I was
think
just
she
like,
did.
where did her mom go?
No, she didn't kill her.
Her mom was like, oh, they're missing me at the psych ward. Gotta go, bye. And just bolts.
Right.
So then Jason, who is he? Jesse.
Right.
Real name Jason. Jesse and Tracy show up.
Yep.
And Tracy's like, what's going on? And then the roof falls and kills her because of Carrie.
What's going on?
And
I don't know, the house is on fire. How about that?
This is really exciting.
Right?
And then
Jesse tries to save her, but then another piece of the roof falls on her and does her in for
another
good.
piece of roof falls, but then Rachel's like, no, Jesse, and pushes her out. Oh, wait,
No.
are you talking about...
No, I'm talking about Tracy.
Oh, yeah, Tracy got smushed. We don't care about Tracy.
It fell, and then he goes, well, I bring it up because he's like, oh my God, like Tracy, and tries to help her, and then another piece falls, and immediately you just see him run up the stairs. He's like, let's go, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Like,
well, so
not gonna try.
So Jesse's like, come on, we gotta go. And she's like, I don't trust you. And then he's like, no, like, I did love you. And then it goes to the video, and it shows him saying,
that's
like,
exactly when. So, okay. That also means, I thought about this, I'm like, because that video was playing in real time. They were banging for a while.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I know,
but
right?
This is my pet peeve with it. So she keeps rewinding the tape to play him going, I love you.
I love you.
But she also has the power
you.
of zooming in video footage on the TV because it slowly zooms into his mouth each time it replays. So I'm like, that's a pretty good skill. She should work like for the movie companies.
She's a video telekinesis editor. Oh, go back 2 frames.
God,
go back 2
we
frames.
can't get the
All
shot
cut
right.
there.
She's like, hold on.
Can I?
Someone tell me I'm ugly. You're ugly. She's like, okay, it looks good now.
That's okay. Do you have green screen?
Yeah.
I can do green screen.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I can do CDs effects.
Yeah.
Like, check it out. They're
okay.
real.
God, CD effects. Yes. So then she's like, oh, it is meant to be. But like while they're fighting, she's unscrewing bolts from like steel stuff. And I guess, yeah,
Hi,
she's
my
gonna,
name
like...
is Rachel White, and I can be hired for anything for jetties. I love jetties. And...
God. I ran away from my husband on our wedding day, and now I'm going to live with 5 strangers.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. I can't stop doing it now that I know it's Rachel and Monica.
Right.
Whose Monica's name is Rachel in real life.
It's weird.
The actress is named Rachel. God, that's odd.
People are lost.
Yeah, I am too. It's okay. So then as they're like doing love and stuff,
they're doing love and stuff.
They're like talking about how they love each other and actually care, but they gotta go.
I do love you. See, I said it.
Yeah. Place on fire.
Right.
So the ceiling starts to fall, and Rachel pushes Jason out of the way, and the ceiling falls on her.
Could have pushed him with the telekinesis because she does 30 seconds later.
Could have just like grabbed him and ran. I don't know.
Well, I think like doing a pool move, like come here, you know, and then get over here.
Yeah.
You know, it was the 90s.
Yeah.
And yeah, just
Casper when he's like, come here, and they drag her down the hallway.
Yeah.
Ghost can do it. Why can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, like she could have done a pool move towards her.
But maybe she was like, I
maybe...
need myself to end because I can't control myself.
Yes.
Well, she already was planning to kill herself, so I think she knew what she was doing.
I guess so. What if she had done like I'm gonna hold the roof
Spider-Man?
up? Like,
I think you were about to be like, what if she was like with her barbed wire? Spider-Man, the situation is like.
No, she holds it like Yoda holds up like the from crushing Anakin and Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones. It's like
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you know.
I said the R-wing. I never saw Attack of the Clones.
Oh, no, you're not missing anything.
Yes. So she's underneath the rubble. Jesse's like, I love you. And she's like, I love you too. Bye.
Right. And he's like resting his arm on the rubble that's on fire.
Well, he's like, I'm going to catch myself on fire to be part of this.
He's like casually leaning on it.
I thought he was intentionally setting himself on fire to be like, I'll die too.
Okay. I would see that because like once he starts like his arm, they get a shot of a very fake arm, super fake.
And he's like, I got this. I'll burn.
Yeah. And he's just like holding it like, and I'm like, what is happening?
He's trying to go with her, I believe.
But just with his arm, like,
yeah, it'll catch the rest of me on fire, and I swear it won't hurt as bad in a bit. Like the worst way to die.
And even she's like, nah, bullshit. Yeah. Uses her powers and like throws him into the pool, and then she just dies, and the house burns in rubble.
And then we finish our movie with a scene of Jesse at college.
1 year later, it says on the title card.
And he's got her dog.
Yep.
Somehow.
I mean, the foster parents don't want it.
Probably not hard to take it, seeing as the foster parents just let it out.
Right, and it doesn't have a yard.
They wouldn't miss it, yeah. And then he's like, ooh, Carrie's walking through my window.
Yep. Now, they're doing the same kind of music. So, like, clearly, if you're watching this movie, you've watched the first one.
Yeah.
Right? So they're doing the same music that they did in the end.
When Sue Snell was hanging over the grave.
Right. And then the hand pops up and it's like a fake out, you know, for a dream sequence. And you're like, all right, I know this isn't real. Like, can we get to it?
This spooked me as a kid.
Really?
But then as an adult, I was like, wow, this is terrible.
What was this? This was like, all right, so he comes up to her. She's in her little, like I said, it was a sundress. This is like a strappy dress from back in the day. And, like, they're about to embrace in, like, a hug or a kiss. And then she just, like, evaporates into a bunch of, like, porcelain, like just pieces, just, like, falls to the ground. And then it just switches over.
Well, this was during the time of the snap.
Snap?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a...
Damn.
Yeah, that's a...
Spoiler alert.
Recent cut. Not a deep cut. A
you
current
should have gone for the head.
Yeah. You should have gauntlet for the head. That was a good pun.
Yeah, that was good.
Validate me.
Fine. And then
I parked in your garage. Validate me. I parked in your garage. I ate at your restaurant. Validate me. That's stupid.
So
had the coffee.
So I thought parked in your garage was a euphemism.
Edit.
So then it switches over, and like I said before, where we're like, hey guys, look, camera tricks, we know how to do them.
Yeah.
It's him, and he's sitting behind a mirror, right? But I guess he's also sitting in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Because it's that mirror.
Infinity mirror.
And it says in a bumper sticker in the mirror, like that's been slapped on the mirror, like it says Infinity's End. Did you see this?
No.
Okay, to his... It would be in the right hand side of the screen to hit on above his shoulder. It's a black bumper sticker with white font that says Infinity's End.
God.
I was like, you named your own shot? Like it felt like it was like meta.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, why is this here? And also, why is that the shot? Like it's him, and he's like, it looks like somebody just like beat him in the face, and he just got done crying about it. And it just shows that he hasn't gotten over it. Finals week. Yeah, he's at college, by the way. Yeah. He's at King's College, which I didn't know he wanted to go there, too. That was Eric's goal. It was actual King's College.
Well, he was like, Eric's dead. My dream now.
Right? They took me because I'm not the rapist.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie. And then there's a song. It's like, The Rage! Did you hear this? Or did you stop
I don't listen to the end songs because the end songs are always god-awful.
Oh, that's my kind of my favorite part. Because I expected it to be like, it was like, The Rage! Yeah! Carrie 2!
I never want this to happen, but I do love all 90s movies, and I realized it watching this. I was like, yes, okay.
Oh, yeah. It was fun. So, W's?
If you're watching like a 90s, early 2000s kind of like spooky night,
okay.
Like if you're going to watch The Craft and have a double feature, this is a good one to go along with The Craft.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
It's a nice mix of like wearing black means we're a weird girl.
Okay.
Like that kind of stuff. I really did like it. I would say you could watch it in any setting, but I think it should be paired with something like The Craft, something that has good substance.
Okay.
Like, but still supernatural.
All right.
You need a supernatural 90s good movie to go with it.
Okay. I'd say if you're a fan of the original, stay away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it also doesn't, like, if you watched it, it doesn't hurt the original. It's not like they took something and rewrote it. You know how so many, like, sequels will, like, change an origin of something?
Oh,
it
to
doesn't
better fit?
do that.
Yeah.
It just adds to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not shitting on the original, you know, at all. And in fact, Amy Irving asked De Palma his permission to star in this film.
Oh.
Out of respect.
She
and
was
he was like,
write me in, bitch.
He was like, yeah, fine. It's 1999. That was like 76. Like, we're good here, you know? But,
he was like, you haven't done anything. I'll help you.
It's all right, Amy. I got
take
you.
Pity.
Right? It's cool. I read the script. You're going to die horribly. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're going to die with no emotional impact, and you're going to really regret this. So, I would say that if you're a Jason London fan,
Are
there Jason London
I know.
fans?
I was like,
I remember him in a couple things. There was another Jason Biggs movie. Do you remember? It was like after American Pie, Jason Biggs had this small stunt.
the bags under his eyes have bags. Like IMDb was like, let's pick such a bad movie.
So Dazed and Confused for sure.
Yeah.
He was like the head quarterback in that too.
Oh, his top build is bad.
The
Rage is his top 3.
Yeah, but there was
Wiener Dog
one...
Nationals. I don't know what that is, but he's in a movie called Wiener Dog. He was in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Shoot, scroll back up. I want to see what episodes, and I'll tell you exactly who he was.
Jeez.
Oh, didn't we almost have it all? He was Jeff Pope.
I don't know that,
Okay,
but
it's a really good episode.
Yeah, there was another one.
A Midsummer's Night's
Seventh
Rave.
Heaven. Yeah,
he was in Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
that's a video game.
I know.
There's another one. Out Cold. That's the Zach Galifianakis back in the day. So like that's what I said. If you're a Jason London fan, like, and you had like a little girlhood crush back in the day, go for it. Like this is definitely he's the lead. You know, that's his thing.
He's like an attractively made. Oh gosh, I always forget that guy's name.
He's in A Midsummer Night's Rave, which I don't know what that is, but it's probably going to be on the show one day.
Who's the guy? Bug Eyes. Everyone talks about him.
Oh yeah,
we all know who he is. The Hollywood Ugly.
You mean Steve Buscemi?
Yeah, he's kind of like an attractive Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi.
What, now?
Yeah.
I was talking about like back in the day.
Back in the day, he wasn't nothing for me.
Okay. So, if you're a fan of him, I would say that's one. And I'll agree with you on like 90s Cheese Fest. Like if you're literally looking for a Cheese Fest 90s horror. Like,
but I would
right
call
there
it
with like
crap
Wishmaster
Fest,
and stuff like that.
Wishmaster would be good with this.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice pairing. It like brings out the notey.
It brings out the crazy
the
party
flavors.
by the end.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of Wishmaster. So that's mine. So that would be our W's, and then what do we do after this? We do the reviews, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's been a while. We took a week off.
Give me 5. We took 2. I thought.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh wait, no, we did record last week.
I don't know.
It was we're okay.
I don't know. I'm not good with calendars.
None of us are.
So we decently enjoyed this film, but we also recognize that it's on the show, so it definitely was a bomb. But some people tend to not agree with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the people who gave it 5 or 10 stars, depending on Amazon or IMDb. It's time for Give Me 5.
This is the episode where I mock everything you say at the same time you say it.
You've been doing it for a while now.
I know, I love
it.
It adds depths.
So, you found these, right?
Yeah.
And should I read them in order that you put them in, or no? Wait.
No, because one of them's my favorite one. Just scroll down.
Okay.
That one, third one.
Third one is going to be...
read it second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So read them in order except for that one.
Yeah.
Read that second. Okay.
I don't know the rest of them.
Third one down. So this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This one first written by Lear-417 back in March of 99. So like the month it came out in the theaters.
Yeah.
Okay. Writes, titled A Decent Thriller. The movie is about a girl named Rachel who happens to be the main character. Coincidentally.
I know.
Amy Irving's character, Sue, was one of the survivors from the first movie and a supporting actress. Not to mention, she wrote the movie, I believe. We got to look that one up.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I just watched it tonight, and all I can say is I loved it. It was a great movie, and it was nicely done. The flashbacks to the first were well put, and the plot of how Rachel has her powers was well thought out.
No, it wasn't. It was literally like her dad. Same dad. Yeah. I was like, her dad can't stop fucking. That's it.
The movie has everything from drama to gore, but more so, it is a tragic love story, if anything. The movie is a definite watcher, but see the first Carrie before you go and see it.
What?
5 stars.
See the first Carrie before you see this one, because you'll know what's happening if you don't. Like, it does not. You don't need it.
No. Next one, written in March 29th of 2016, so 2 years ago, by Dolores, titled 5 stars. Dolores writes, Carrie's sister. 5 stars.
Hey, what'd you think of that film? 5 out of 5. Carrie's sister. Yeah. The yeah was added in, but
yeah. Carrie's. Hey, did you see that? Like Carrie 2 tonight? Yeah, Carrie's sister. We're good here.
Yeah, Carrie's sister. Yeah, Carrie's sister.
Yeah. Wow, spoiler alert too. All right. I feel like they just read the tagline that we did in the beginning. It runs in the family. Carrie's sister. All right. 2 more here. This one's written by Bates526, or maybe Bates5, from March of 99, also the month it came out, titled Awesome. This movie was one of the best horror movies this year. Psycho was the best, and this hit it off too.
They put this on par with Psycho.
He's talking about Psycho the remake. It came out this year too. The one with Vince Vaughn.
Oh.
But that's still not good.
What year was the original Psycho? 96?
What are you talking about? Hitchcock?
Oh, I was thinking of American Psycho.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, the remake. Now the gears are turning.
The shitty Vince Vaughn and Hesh remake.
I don't even know there was one.
Yeah, where he's like watching her from a peephole and masturbating. I was like, God. I didn't need that edition.
Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
It's a lie. I won't.
He goes, Psycho was the best, and this hit it off too. Can you look up other horror movies from 99?
Well, Psycho came out in 1998.
Right. But I think it was like if this was March, it probably was like within like 3 months or something. Because I remember Vince Vaughn being on Saturday Night Live. I remember watching that episode when he was like making fun of Psycho that he had just done. So I know it was around this time. Anyway, Psycho was the best, and this hit it off too. Sure, it looks like a remake more than a sequel.
The Blair Witch Project. Sorry. The Blair Witch Project came out.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Blue Sea.
Stir of Echoes. Sixth
Haunting.
Sense. Oh, this is the year I was
House
in the
on
movie
a Haunted
theater.
Hill.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good...
Mm-hmm. This is the year I worked at the movie theater. My mistake. I should have been able to quote
Stir
this.
of Echoes.
Yep, Stir of Echoes.
Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Stigmata.
Mm-hmm. Stigmata. Wow. Yep. Anyway.
Wishmaster 2 came out. And the movie Zelyanglong.
All right. Anyway.
I don't know, a Russian film.
So I'm
the
gonna
Green Elephant.
So I'm going to go back. Psycho was the best, and this hit it off too. Sure, it looks like a remake more than a sequel / continuation, but still, it is aimed at today's audience because of the tremendous amount of blood and gore.
Not a lot.
But I'm surprised this movie did have a plot. And it kind of made you be on Rachel's side. The ending was very scary. Overall, 4 stars. Very, very scary. Don't miss it.
I love when it's rated like 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5, and then they're like, but I'm telling you, I'm actually giving it 4. Don't get it twisted.
Okay. Last one, written by James Brown on April 23rd, 2016.
James.
Titled Classic with an exclamation mark. He writes, in quotations of himself, I love this movie. Extremely underrated, extremely intense movie. I saw this in the theater when I was younger, and I was completely shocked at how intense this girl's emotions were. Very believable, and not in any way cheesy or phony, as a lot of sequel horror movies tend to be. This is a must-have in your DVD collection. 5 stars.
You ever wonder if a blind person wrote the review?
I do, when every scream that I had was because he put caps lock on by mistake.
I was like, he didn't say anything visual, so maybe he just heard it and thought it was good.
Yeah. I don't
was like, he's like, the weirdest part was their electric knife. Zap, shing, zing, zing.
Yeah. So that's The Rage, Carrie 2.
And I'm full of it.
Full of rage. Full of That was the temper tantrum. Carrie
I'm full
2.
of rage and I'll carry it to my bed.
Right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Sorry this one ran a little... Well, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry that this went long. This was fun. This was a really fun episode for me. I'd like to make sure that everybody just starts commenting and doing more things on Facebook and Instagram. We're actually watching... If people aren't aware because of like all the Russians and shit like that, the hackings, like we got hacked, but it also made us aware of how like Facebook, like if you guys aren't aware of how shit works on Facebook by now, like I don't understand why not. So when we're saying comment, like, do that, like we're telling you, asking you to help us out to trick Facebook into getting us more listeners, because more or just share it, guys. Share these episodes. As soon as we post one on a Tuesday, like if you're a super fan, share it. Literally be like, love these guys, check them out, you know? And that will really help us to get more listeners. The more listeners we can get, the more like we can do a fundraiser. We can do like different things. We can actually do a live show,
a bake sale.
Yeah, a bake sale. And that's where we just get baked and just sell things.
We're like, you want my shirt? I don't
know. But that's what we're saying when we're saying we want to hear from you. Like we love hearing from you guys and your theories. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that listen here and yell out loud at us in the car, but then don't take it to the next level. Take it to the next level. Don't pull over, but literally remember that you had something to say to us, and then write us.
And Kelsey, I hear ya. Jeepers Creepers 3, yes, but also we kind of got to cover the first two, even though you do love the first one. I don't believe they're that great, but I've never seen them because they kind of scared me.
They're actually not bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might be just like this, where we this is our first one we actually skipped.
It is. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. That might happen with Friday. Yeah, he's right here. Huh. I know. And he's been here the whole time. It's weird, just staring at us for 2
hours. Halloween 3, Freddy vs. Jason.
Right. Halloween 3 would be.
Original.
I don't think we'll cover the first Friday. We'll do it in a retrospective. Maybe we'll do like a bonus, like being like previously on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll do all leading up to like part 5's where it gets bad. You know, and then 6 is good again, and then 7's weird because that has like it's like Carrie versus Jason.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So part 7's like telekinesis girl. Yeah, so that's where, and then he goes to New York. So he takes Manhattan. But the point being, guys, please reach out to us. Do the comments. Facebook knows when you comment and goes, "Hey, this post is kind of popular. I'm going to show it to more eyes," and that's what it does. So help us out. Comment and share, please. Other than that, how you can do that if you're a new listener, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bombs Away Show. You can write to us, contact@bombsawayshow.com. And if you're listening to this on maybe a friend's radio or
radio,
their radio.
We're back in 1998.
War has broken out. Never again.
Not 98.
Yeah. But if you are listening to this for the first time and you discovered it on maybe YouTube or something like that, and you want to, you can actually, bombsawayshow.com has every single episode as well. We're on Apple, we're on Google, all those great things. So that just about does it. You have anything to pitch, plug?
Just my holes.
Yeah, okay. So next week, join us for Barbarella.
Barbarella.
Barbarella. Yeah, we're gonna do it next week too, I'm sure. But join us for Barbarella. We should be joined in the studio with Waffle Press podcast for that, and then we are going to finish out. This is kind of a end of school thing, so 2 weeks from now we're going to do a end of school celebration with prom night.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, 1980 prom night. Because that is one where it's like, it is questionable how good or not good it is, but it leads to 3 awful sequels.
I'm down.
Right? Oh, maybe we should do a drinking episode. You've been asking.
I love them. I love being trash at the end of an episode and going,
right?
What did
I swore I was going to slow down, and I'm like, two episodes after swearing that I'm like, let's do a drinking episode again. So that's all the things to come. June's going to be a crazy fun month. We have Cheryl from Movies Made Me joining us for Mouse Hunt. Mm-hmm. And then everything else we're going to keep a little close to the chest, and we'll let you know during the shorties. And we're going to have another shorties. Oh, yes. If you're still listening.
Oh, my God.
We
5-hour long episode.
We're going to actually bring it out to you guys. We came up with a new idea.
Our shorties were becoming longies. So now we're doing 2 shorties a month.
Right.
And one of them is going to be normal.
Right. One of them will be the original concept of shorties, which is like, hey, here's the trailers for the movies that are coming out next month, but also here is
interactions we've had with people.
Yes, it'll be the things that you guys wrote into us about, the comments, the corrections.
What
right?
day of the start of the month?
That will be at the end of the month.
Monday's at the last Monday? Or the?
It really is just kind of at the end of the month. I haven't, I never give it a definite. I just kind of, because, sometimes a Tuesday
31st,
falls.
sometimes the 28th.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like it to be like the day before. Yeah. Like if I was to say it's the last Monday of the month, then that's like literally the last day of that month, then nobody's prepared for the next day, of an episode.
No one's excited.
Yeah. But yeah, somewhere around that, within that last week of the current month is when the original shorties will come out, and that will be, the trailers, where you can watch the movie right now, and then also like your comments and feedback from previous episodes. The other shorty will be kind of just how you doing, and what are you watching
and wailing,
right? Yeah.
So what are we watching? What are we complaining about?
Right. What
about the movie industry right now is not fun?
Exactly.
What did we like that the movie industry is doing?
And this, I have to. This was actually. This was an idea from a listener and also from you. And you, I actually had heard the listener's idea, and then you came up with the same thing, and I was like,
during an episode, like during our last shorties,
I
was like, what if we split this up, because we're like an hour and a half,
right,
for our shorties.
Listener Peyton, here in California, suggested
one of my favorites. I hear he's a good nerd reference.
I know, right? Like
he's got cute
glasses. He knows his stuff, He has a lot of Movie Pass. You know, he's the one that inspired our Movie Pass conversation last week as well.
Yeah, he sent us that article.
Mm-hmm. So, because of his idea was like, have you guys ever considered like reviewing some new stuff, right? And I was like, I feel like there's a million podcasts that already do that. I don't want to do that. But, like, maybe we can give... And then we just wound up doing that anyway. And then you were like, yeah, we need to break up the shorties. And I was like, okay, let's just be like, let's dedicate, like, 2 to 5 minutes per thing that we've seen. And be like, try to keep it spoiler light, But also, like, be like, hey... If you haven't seen Infinity War, skip to 5 minutes in or something and we'll actually tell you where to skip as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah. And you'll hear more once we get to it.
But
to make a long episode short, too late.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thanks, Clue reference.
Yeah.
No, but the thing I wanted to reach out to you guys, the fans, the people that are listening right now, is we don't really have a title for this secondary episode.
Watching and Wailing.
Damn it. Well, now
that's what I said.
I didn't. I was going to.
I forgot we had a clown mask in here, and I looked over and I was touching it.
Yeah, I have a Killer Clowns from Outer Space mask in here. But no, I wanted to reach out.
Watching and Wailing isn't the best, but it's just what I came up with.
Oh.
So, listeners,
we send in your ideas. Like now that you hear the concept, which is like basically like Watching and Wailing, like what things that we watched in the past month that we're going to recommend to you, and things within the movie industry, or like news that we heard too. Like, did you hear like what was it the other day? Like there's they're going to make like Transformers 6, you know, and you're just like, fuck
or like,
that.
well, what are your thoughts on the different types of viewing experiences you can have for a movie, and do you think it enhances or doesn't enhance, like 3D, 4D, reclining seats, food being brought to your thing, like anything that's like, what is this thing happening in movies that you really do or do not enjoy?
Which will also need people to ask us those questions, and we'll debate them. But what I wanted to do was, now that you've heard the concept, folks, reach out to us, write to us, and pitch us names. The person whose name that we actually pick will get a brand new Bombs Away T-shirt that we just came out with.
Oh yeah, I got mine today.
Yeah. We have two to pick from. We have the original 70s.
You can layer them on top of each other and look like 4th of July.
Yeah, you could do that. We have a 70s baseball tee, which is similar to what I'm wearing in all our promo, like theater shots. And we have my favorite is our Blockbuster card logo. So, that's about it, folks. I really want to hear these questions, these names, these titles, right? I'm trying to get through it, but this was important.
And it's all great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And you'll get a free T-shirt. The winner will get a free T-shirt. We'll send it. We'll reach out to you,
and if it's
we'll
me,
get it.
too bad.
Yeah. So please reach out. Let us know, and we'll pick a winner. That just about does it for us here at Bombs Away. Thank you for sitting through a long one. We had a lot to say today.
I love this one.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jarrett.
And is there a thing that gets said in this movie?
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Because that's her zooming in. I love you. Hey everyone, this is Jarrett with Bombs Away Podcast. I'm here at the Frida Cinema, once again recording for your all's pleasure. Frida Cinema, that sounds pretty familiar. Oh yeah, it's because we bring it up so much. It's where we live, it's where we record. Now, you may know of the Frida Cinema, but you may not know enough about the Frida Cinema. So the Frida Cinema is a program of the Long Beach Cinematique, and it's located in Santa Ana in Southern California. It services neighboring communities as a non-profit art house cinema, dedicated to educating, connecting, and enriching communities through the art of cinema, which is a pretty amazing experience. But how do they do that? Well, one of the ways they do that is with shadow casting. So shadow casting, if you don't know, is whenever they have a cast below the screen acting out the movie as the film is projected behind them, which is pretty neat. But that's not all. They also get audience participation, so you feel like you're part of the film, that you have that amazing enriching experience. Some of the films that we do shadow cast with are Little Shop of Horrors, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Repo the Genetic Opera, and The Forbidden Zone. When was the last time you heard of The Forbidden Zone? Am I right, ladies? Other things that we do, if you're not into Shadowcast, but you love that audience participation, are special events. We've done Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and it was a lights and sound spectacular, and there were also words along the bottom of the screen that helped you know when to participate in the film. And maybe you just want to watch a film, which is okay, because the Frida Cinema does show films, but maybe you want to watch a film in a different atmosphere. Well, the Frida Cinema has rooftop showings. Some of the films that have shown on our rooftop are the most recent Beauty and the Beast, or Ghostbusters, and Jurassic Park. One of the cool things that happened with Ghostbusters and Jurassic Park is we actually had guests. For instance, Jurassic Park had the guest of the Jeep Wrangler, you know, that nice tan and red Jeep that we see just driving all around that park. It's an amazing photo opportunity, and it's something you get to brag about to your friends and post on that Instagram. If you want more information about the showtimes, location, and everything film and entertainment related to the Frida Cinema, just go to www.thefridacinema.org. You can also follow on Facebook at facebook.com/thefridacinema and on Instagram and Twitter at thefridacinema. The Frida Cinema, for the filmmakers, the film goers, and for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?